Tradition. You can't buy it. It's earned the hard way over decades and eras. On the field, on the road, in the mud. With guts and with grit, and firm belief that today could be our day. The Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup is back. Still alive, still kicking, the oldest prize in American soccer. 96 teams, part-timers to major leaguers. Survive and move on, lose, and you go home. So we call all underdogs, dreamers, and believers. And we ask you again, one simple question. Are you up for the cup?
Greetings, everybody. A hop, skip, and a jump from the Statue of Liberty. We're in Newark, New Jersey tonight for first-round coverage of the 110th Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup as debutantes, New Jersey Alliance welcomed Chattanooga Red Wolves of USL League One. Sean St. Jacques, Manchester United legend and two-time FA Cup winner Gary Bailey alongside. And Gary, we begin with the underdogs, New Jersey Alliance. They play in the United Premier Soccer League. They were founded just over a decade ago, and Robert Kruk has them in an Open Cup game for the first time in the club's history.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. It's wonderful to see. These are amateurs who work all day. They've got to find time at night to go and run and train, and it's going to be just the most unbelievable occasion for them. And I think a lot of neutrals are hoping that maybe they can have a surprise win here tonight.
They've already had to go through a couple of hurdles just to get here, beat Steel Pulse FC on penalties to qualify. Chattanooga Red Wolves, well acquainted at this point with the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, had their best ever run a season ago, Gary, getting to the third round, and they've already known the feeling of being the underdogs and the favorites.
Yeah, they're certainly the favorites tonight. There's some very good players, lots of experience, players who've played in Cup, in USL, some have played in even higher levels, international, as far as goalkeeper Ricardo Jerez is concerned. So there are big favorites to win, but this is a fun night. Amateurs up against the professionals.
Let's dive into the starting lineups for both teams. Robert Kruk, we had a chance to talk with him at length this week. He highlighted a few players, most notably Douglas Koulibaly, as impact players in his starting 11 tonight.
Yeah, and it takes the shape of 4-3-3, says they're not going to sit in the low block. They want to have fun. They want to go out there. They want to enjoy their football, which he says when you've worked all day, all you want to do is have fun playing soccer. So he's got a nice 4-3-3 in attack. Chattanooga Red Wolves have made 5 changes to the team that drew at Naples on the weekend. And one of those is goalkeeper Ricardo Jerez, who at 39 years of age has plenty of experience to bring to the occasion.
Yeah, not just for club, but you mentioned it, Gary, played many times for Guatemala internationally in his career as well. So there's a ton of experience, some changes from last year's Red Wolves side that made that run through to round 3, most notably Ropapa Mensah leaving the Red Wolves and going to Greenville Triumph. He actually was a big key cog in Chattanooga's trip to round 3 a year ago, where they were eliminated by USL Championship side Birmingham Legion in extra time.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
Lubecken Field here in Newark, New Jersey, on the campus of NJIT is the site here in Newark for this first round tie in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Again, a little bit of an unknown side here in the New Jersey Alliance. Lots of pedigree in the UPSL, no questions about that, but they've never made the jump to the Open Cup big time until tonight, and they've got quite an opponent in a Chattanooga Red Wolves side. Again, a lot of experience, particularly in these early rounds of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. They'll hope this is the first step to potentially going a step further, and who knows, maybe meeting an MLS side later on when we get to the later rounds.
Absolutely, it should be what Chattanooga Red Wolves are aiming for. They're up against amateurs who surely aren't as fit as them, won't be able to run the full 90 minutes at the same pace. You've got players like Jordan Ayambila, who's come into the sort of starting 11 for this match, and former Las Vegas Lights and San Antonio. Look at that experience. Currently on loan from Miami FC. We mentioned the goalkeeper already. There's players who have played in all sorts of good academies, like Eric Kinsner was at Tacoma, Defiance. Kimball Jackson at Cincinnati, FC Cincinnati Youth. So, yeah, certainly plenty of good skills and good training on that Chattanooga Red Wolves lineup.
We had a wonderful conversation with Robert Kruk, the head coach of the New Jersey Alliance, and kind of alluded to it earlier, Gary. They just want to enjoy this night. They want to make the most of this opportunity. They just want people to see them play and hear their story. And they get a chance here under the Garden State lights to make that dream come true tonight. New Jersey gets us started. The New Jersey Alliance are in blue and yellow, and they're kicking off from right to left here in Newark, New Jersey. Chattanooga are in white from head to toe with that sash across the front of their kits. Gary, we were talking a little bit off air as the offside flag's gone up here, and New Jersey will get a free kick, it looks like. I beg your pardon, it'll go Chattanooga's way. First 15, 20 minutes for an unknown team in an unknown situation against a team that's favored against them is going to be pretty pivotal.
Oh, absolutely. They need to sort of avoid that goal that goes in because heads could drop very quickly. I believe this is the first time they're playing on this particular pitch, so it's not really a home game for New Jersey Alliance as such. It's more of a neutral in that sense, although Chattanooga will have had to travel. But otherwise, you know, welcome to this new pitch for both sides.
Early cross in there is going to be deflected out of play. Matt Bentley trying to find a teammate in the middle. It's a Red Wolves corner, just past a minute.
And set pieces could play a major role in this. Normally, the professional teams practice this a lot. They're better organized. There's the potential of a short corner here. And so maybe this is when New Jersey are at their most vulnerable.
Early set piece comes in at the back stick. It's headed centrally. It's up for grabs in the middle here. A chance for Chattanooga to try to get a shot away. It's laid off. New Jersey trying everything they can to throw bodies at it. Challenge came in there. Referee just lets play continue. Then the cross hits off an injured New Jersey Alliance player in the penalty area. 6s and 7s all over the place here. It's another corner.
Good pressure from the home side. We're just saying set pieces the professionals should be better at, but that was a decent one right into the mix there for Chattanooga, and eventually they managed to clear it, New Jersey Alliance. Some good defending ultimately, but again, the professionals, they know where to put it into the right places that cause all the problems.
New Jersey were claiming that there was a foul on a swing through by Declan Waters there. They didn't get the decision. And then from the corner, it's well claimed by Yamil Macias, who gets the start for New Jersey tonight. For New Jersey Alliance, their season actually doesn't start for another month or so. In April, Robert Kruk was telling us, and they actually began preparing for this game in January through some pretty tough New Jersey weather, which of course is par for the course this time of the year. Said that players and staff had to actually shovel the fields to get the snow off of it to make sure that they could train. And actually, in February, the snow got so bad, they had to cancel some training sessions, not enough personnel to get the snow off the field. So they've gone through a lot of different players trying to balance playing with New Jersey Alliance, with going to school, working a job, or just dealing with family matters like anybody would. And now they get a chance on the big stage tonight. It's part of the charm, part of the pageantry of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
He did make that point about we play with passion. We're not going to sit in a low block. We're going to try and attack, he said, because if we didn't play fun football, the guys wouldn't turn up. He said they work a long day, and so when we come to train, we try and enjoy our soccer as much as we can. And good on them. I just hope we get to see some of that here tonight.
Good challenge there. Matthew Gautreau helping New Jersey keep it at this end, and the Alliance will have a throw-in on the far side. First ever trip to New Jersey for the Chattanooga Red Wolves out of the state of Tennessee. They do get a little bit of a break as far as the weather is concerned. This time in the year in New Jersey, you are starting to get some of the warmer temperatures, although you'll see a few hoodies on in the seats here in Newark.
Little bit of a hand up there from Keroy Lionel. Don't think he meant to catch. I think it's Omar Hernandez got caught in the face. I don't think he meant to do it, but you got to be careful putting your hands up, and you can poke someone in the eye, and that can be a really painful injury.
Danielle Cornetta is our head official. She's in red. Gives the Red Wolves a free kick because of all that.
Something else about the match tonight I thought was wonderful. And Robert Kroc telling us, no charge for tickets. He said, you know what, come and enjoy it and get to know the team, and it's a nice marketing opportunity. And it makes a lot of sense to me. You know, you got to build your following up, and to give everyone a free entry is a lovely touch.
Yeah, the facility here at NJIT, Robert Kroc was telling us, is a newer facility as well. And you could hear the murmurs from the crowd. Quite a bit have shown up, and I'm sure that free of charge certainly helped. But the Red Wolves are in here. That was a good cross into the middle by Bentley. New Jersey emerges with possession on the near side. Koulibaly, who we're certainly going to be keeping an eye on tonight. Held up the play pretty well, and then a challenge comes in there. Chattanooga will get the free kick, and it's going to be a yellow card on top of it. Koulibaly did well initially, but the ball came up a little bit short. I think it's Lucas Castrillo who's been booked here.
Yeah, pressure coming from Chattanooga Red Wolves. There's numbers everywhere. Yeah, just leaves a little bit of a foot dangling. Got to be careful with those sort of tackles, especially early on in the match. Now you're sitting on a yellow for the rest of the game. That limits your ability to make those tackles.
We are awaiting confirmation, but I believe it was Lucas Castrillo, number 6, who picked up the booking for New Jersey. Could have been a promising bit of transitional play there. Instead, Chattanooga will have another set piece to work with here. Headed away on the edge of the penalty area, and then helped along by Christopher Rubio. Goes right back to Chattanooga, fired back into the mixture here, and a chance, but the goalkeeper comes out, Macias, and is able to just about deal with it. New Jersey still trying to figure out a way to clear this away. Falls kindly on the edge of the penalty area, and the shot is going to be skewered wide by Omar Hernandez.
Wow, what a good chance there for Chattanooga. A lovely ball played through. I think Matt Bentley gets on the end of it, the Englishman. Just his first touch, he allows the ball to run away a little bit too much, and quick off his line was Yamil Macias, make a really vital save.
It was kept alive nicely by Pedro Hernandez, and then Omar Hernandez takes on the shot. New Jersey can regroup. We were talking off air, Gary, just about the experience, just particularly in that Chattanooga back line, that back three with a couple of wing backs driving down the opposite sides. And New Jersey is going to have to be careful and, well, really going to have to be methodical with the way they go after Chattanooga defensively. Robert Kroc said as much to us earlier in the week, as a player for his side is down for the moment here. He said Chattanooga are very good defensively. They tend to play defensively based on the film that we've seen of them. That's going to be a very important matchup if New Jersey's going to pull this off tonight.
Yeah, it's a game in which he mentioned to us New Jersey have to figure it out as they go along. They don't have this experience of playing against the quality of Chattanooga. And he said, you know what, we'll play, we'll sort of move players around as we need to. We will adjust. And he said it's a lot of pressure for these players to do that in the middle and during the game, he said, but that's what's going to be required of them.
One thing we should mention as well is that this, of course, is not the only Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game going on right now. There's actually 3 others, some that have just kicked off and one along with us, Miami and Naples United, for example. There has been a goal elsewhere. Hartford Athletics scored early against the New York Shockers, who are actually a team that the New Jersey Alliance played in a scrimmage in the build-up to this Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup tie. So we'll be keeping an eye on the scores going on elsewhere throughout a big first evening. Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup play in the first round. Good pressure by Garrett Morris on this near side, but the Alliance get the throw.
Garrett Morris is one of the 5 players they brought in from the team that drew at Naples, just 18 years of age. And the goalkeeper on the other side, Ricardo Jerez, 39, so that's the sort of big difference in age. And then also Jordan Iambila coming in, as mentioned, Kimball Jackson and Owen Green.
Canales. Has support on the near side in the form of Kiroy Lionel. Canales again. Lovely skill. Canales trying to fight it through there. Still trying to fight it through. Could be a chance to get a shot away here for New Jersey. And then the ball is brought all the way back for a free kick that happened earlier in the sequence. And New Jersey with some arms extended here, wondering why the referee didn't play advantage.
Yeah, she might have played advantage for a little while, then decided to call it back. But I just wonder if she could have left it a touch longer. So there's the player going down. She waits, and maybe she thinks at that stage they've made no progress, bring it back. So, you know, difficult for the referee, Danielle Cornetta. You know, you have to call it back at some stage. You can't let the advantage run and run. Anyway, it's a good position for New Jersey Alliance. Maybe a decent free kick over the wall and test 39-year-old Ricardo Jerez in goals.
Marlon Preciado is actually going to move away from it. Lucas Castrillo takes aim here. 4 in the Chattanooga wall. Castrillo will shoot! And it's palmed away by Jerez. Out for a corner. Not a bad effort at all.
It was a really good effort. I thought for a moment that's going in, but the goalkeeper was that side of the goal. He takes a step to his right, the keeper, as he sees it, and then he steps back to his left to make the save. Looked comfortable in the end, but for a moment, I thought it was going to be a golazo.
From the ensuing corner. Played short. And then on the turn, Chattanooga will emerge with possession here. In New Jersey, did they commit too many numbers forward? Here come the white shirts flooding up the other end. And then it's a critical challenge by Juan Uribe to keep New Jersey intact, really, at the back. The Alliance come quickly back up the other end. Early ball into the middle, looking for a couple of players, really. And in the end, it's Jerez who gets on the end of it.
That's an exciting game. If New Jersey Alliance are trying to build up a following, not just the free entry, but the way they're playing football on this pitch, going toe-to-toe with Chattanooga, and credit to Chattanooga Red Wolves that they're prepared to have that trading of blows up and down. It's been a really exciting cup match in the first 12 minutes. You know, you sometimes worry if the sort of amateur team decide to drop into a low block and just defend, but they haven't done that at all, New Jersey Alliance. Just pretty much as Robert Kruk told us it would be.
Lovely ball, whipped out to the far side for the Red Wolves here. And there's players looking for it, queuing up. It was Morris. Oh, good stop by Macias. The follow-up is played across, and it was just behind Bentley. Chattanooga looks to recycle the attack here. Hernandez taken to the corner. And who's it last off of? Referee will give a corner to the Red Wolves after another big sequence.
I think that's the 18-year-old Garrett Morris who has a dip here. Have a look, he just controls it. And as he's being tackled, he gets the shot on target. Nice save, Yamil Macias, the Ecuadorian, flying across the goal.
A big save from the goalkeeper there, and still a corner upcoming. One that's whipped into the near post and nudged out for another corner. Red Wolves will try it again. Castrillo and company making sure that that near post isn't attacked. Really good pace to these opening 13.5 minutes. Take 2 on the corner, same result. Castrillo gets ahead on it. Helped along by Joel Quist. An overhead clearance, Gautreau. Nudged back forward by Jackson. Then Morris, and then the feed down to this near side, Omar Hernandez. First time ball across is dealt with. Jackson slides back in, battle continues here. Pedro Hernandez, not impeded, he keeps on going. Omar Hernandez, hit in the face, free kick. And certainly the crowd getting into it more and more as the seconds pass by, but it is going to be a free kick for the visitors.
Some juicy tackles there. They've got to get the timing right. But this is almost turning the clock back in terms of football with sliding tackles and players getting stuck in and total commitment from both sides.
That was Koulibaly who left a hand up there on Omar Hernandez. Not the first time that a Chattanooga player's been on the receiving end of one of those tonight. Referee did do the no more motion. Some of the New Jersey Alliance players. And set piece is already a big factor in this game. Both teams have had dangerous opportunities already. The chance is going to go right towards goal, but it is bent over the top and out. Omar Hernandez taking aim.
Yeah, ball whipped in towards that near post, but unfortunately it's neither on target, nor does it find any attackers or any of the big boys to try and head the ball, so it's a little bit of a wasted opportunity there. In fact, the goal that Chattanooga scored in their first match against Naples on the weekend was a ball from a similar situation that flew into the top corner. I think it was meant to be a cross. Ended up being a fantastic goal.
That was the opening game, the only game that the Red Wolves have played in the league so far, that 1-1 draw. Jerez controls at the back for the Red Wolves. Well, Chattanooga were challenged quite often in their first round fixture last year. They played Brockton, team from Massachusetts, a year ago in the first round of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. As Omar Hernandez may have an issue here for the visitors.
Looks like he's getting a pat on the head from Pedro Hernandez, so you get the sense that he's gonna be subbed out. It's a real tough one for him, under 17 minutes into the game.
The other factor that should be mentioned here, Gary, is that Chattanooga only brought 4 substitutes with them for this first round tie in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. So they actually don't even have enough to make the maximum amount of substitutes. And of course, one of them is Jason Smith, the backup goalkeeper tonight for Chattanooga as well. So Scott McKenzie only has 3 outfield substitutions that he can make, and to have to sacrifice Omar Hernandez here would be a gigantic early blow.
And it will be a problem, you're quite right, should more players get injured as the game goes along. It looks like it's a turf pitch to me, and that often can give you more injuries than grass. That sort of doesn't have as much give, and you can twist ankles and what have you a lot easier. So it would be a problem for Chattanooga. They might have to throw the goalkeeper on if they're short of subs, put him in an outfield position, Jason Smith. What they do have on the bench, they have the 31-year-old Brazilian Walefi Reis. You'd think he'd be a good option. Toby Janopi, another good player, and Johnny Felipe. In fact, all 3 of those played in the last match, so they have got their season underway and they should be able to just seamlessly fit in.
You mentioned the goalkeeper getting on. There was actually, and this is more of a USL story in general, as opposed to an Open Cup one, but last year, San Antonio played a late USL Championship regular season game at Colorado Springs. They ran out of substitutes late in the game, and they were about to bring on their backup goalkeeper as an outfield player, but then they ended up winning the game in stoppage time. So Alan Marcina did not have to do that in the end, the former coach of SAFC.
He's struggling to get off the pitch. I'm surprised he didn't get off the pitch straight away and then have the substitution. He seemed to sit on the pitch, and maybe he thought there was a chance that he could stay on. Obviously, he'd be aware that they've got a limited number of subs, but he's given it some thought and decided no. He's just not able to play on, Omar Hernandez, and that's a big blow for the 23-year-old.
Well, Scott McKenzie, I'm sure, did not want to have to make that decision, but here we are.
Substitution, Chattanooga. Entering the game, Jonathan Philippe, replacing
Johnny
Omar
Felipe
Hernandez.
is going to come in. That is it for Omar Hernandez. It's his third season with the Red Wolves.
He was a goal scorer, as I mentioned, in that match against Naples, so they've lost a crucial player in that sense. And you know, we talk about cup upsets and the amateurs of New Jersey Alliance up against the professionals of Chattanooga Red Wolves. But it's things like this. You're away from home, you're on a turf pitch, you've been traveling if you're Chattanooga Red Wolves, you now lose a player, you haven't got many subs. Suddenly things can start to build up, and that's what New Jersey must work on now. Can they put this Chattanooga side under sort of pressure? Can they even get a goal, and then start to see if there's any panic that comes from the Red Wolves?
Offside flag goes up on this near side against Kimball Jackson. It's one of those rare things where it's the favorites, the professional team, that's a little bit short on numbers into an Open Cup tie. We'll be keeping a close eye on how Scott McKenzie manages that over the next 70 minutes, maybe more on the back end. Chattanooga have had a lot of positives at the start of this game, looking to create another one here. But Macias gets it played to him by Uribe, and it's cleared upfield. And then the offside flag goes up against New Jersey, a free kick for Chattanooga. I was briefly mentioning this earlier. They played Brockton in the first round last year, Chattanooga, and they were actually 2-0 up going into the final about 6-7 minutes of the game. Well, Brockton scored 2 goals in those final 6 minutes and sent the game to extra time. In the end, Ropapa Mensah scored a brace at the very end of the extra time period and saved Chattanooga's bacon in the end in a 4-2 classic. But the Red Wolves have been tested before against amateur opposition in this very round.
That's the last thing that Chattanooga would want is extra time, given they've already got an injury and only 3 outfield players left. If you go to extra time and you get other injuries, you could be in real trouble. So they want to knock this off in the 90 minutes, get the job done and get home and wait for the draw for the next round.
Challenge came in from Koulibaly. It's a free kick for Chattanooga.
See the goalkeeper in the background there, Yamil Macias, just lining up his 2-man wall, making sure that nothing's going to sneak in that near post, and then he'll probably head towards the far post to deal with the cross.
It's going to be played short for Hernandez. Pedro Hernandez's ball is played across. The header was flicked high into the air. Then a swing and a miss on the edge of the penalty area there. Allows New Jersey to clear it. We have been through nearly 23 minutes. Some of that, of course, was due to that lengthy injury stoppage involving the departed from the game, Omar Hernandez. There's been some moments, though, for Robert Kruk's side to, as he put it, show us what they've got under the bright lights here in the Garden State. I think it's fair to say Chattanooga have had the better of it, but certainly some positives from New Jersey so far.
Yeah, they've certainly been better at Chattanooga, no question about that. They've tested Yamil Macias. But at 0-0, New Jersey Alliance are in this game. As I said, that the thing that could really, really upset the Red Wolves is if they get injuries with that limited bench. And that's the sort of thing that when that starts to go wrong, then all bets are off, because New Jersey Alliance have players on the bench they can bring on. They have all sorts of options, and they haven't had to travel. So, you know, maybe they're not quite as fit as the Red Wolves, but the fact they haven't had to travel, they might have a little bit of gas, extra gas in the tank.
And Robert Kruk actually just made his final cuts for the game earlier. I guess it would have been earlier today. So he was going to decide either last night or early today who the last players on the squad were going to be. Gave us a bigger roster last night and then made a few cuts on the bench before the game started. But like you said, Gary, they've got the full complement of players available.
Yeah, as it stands now, they have 6 outfield players on the bench versus Chattanooga's 3. Now, 3 probably will be enough as long as there's no other injuries, but early on in the season, you're not quite fully, you know, stretched. Maybe you pick up an injury because you're not fully fit. And
ends up being a bit of a rash challenge there, almost a near headlock. Then the Alliance get the free kick in the end.
something else about the Alliance, they're not a bunch of youngsters. Sometimes you get amateur teams who are a lot of kids, college kids and what have you, but they're not. They're sort of 28, 26, 27. That's most of the players are in that range. 1 or 2 are 21, 22, but I'd say the average age is around about 25, 26.
Early ball played in there, Macias all over it.
Which is a similar average age to Chattanooga, maybe slightly younger. Chattanooga have Kimball Jackson at 20, Eric Kinsner at 21. We mentioned Garrett Morris at just 18, but then Ricardo Jerez at 39 sort of takes the average up quite a bit. So, you know, they're well balanced age-wise, but of course you come back to the Red Wolves being professionals, and they should, in theory, especially as the match goes on, start to dominate even more.
Lovely skill there. This near side, Christopher Rubio. Now you see him, now you don't. Keeps the possession going for New Jersey. A lot of players on this New Jersey team with prior, whether it's college experience, some academy experience in there as well. The likes of Montclair State University represented quite a bit in the squad. Keene University, both in New Jersey. Bloomfield College, another one as well. Then you look at a player like Marlon Preciado, who's had experience in Portugal and didn't quite work out for him in Europe, decided to come back. Has been brought right back into the fold, number 10 in blue for the Alliance tonight.
I think the big difference is most of the Alliance players have had college and university experience. When you go across the Red Wolves, they've had USL, USL 1, and maybe even some of them slightly higher than that. 1 or 2 have played overseas, like Jordan Ayambila played in Malaysia. We mentioned Ricardo Jerez playing in Guatemala. So the level of soccer they've played is higher, but again, that's what we love this match. And the sport is you just don't know what to expect. And right now, they're putting up a decent battle here, Alliance. You mentioned at the start, first 20, 30 minutes, could the Alliance stay in the game? Well, they have. It's 0-0, and they're probably growing in a bit of confidence at this stage.
Referees allowed New Jersey Alliance to be physical as well. Robert Kruk talked to us about how they want to be physical. They want to really get out and get after Chattanooga because of the expected defensive setup Robert Kruk thought that the Red Wolves would play. There have been a few physical challenges that the referees allowed to let go, which have helped the Alliance to assert themselves in the match.
Yeah, all fair tackles, but you've only got to get one wrong to pick up a card. So that's why these days you don't get too many sliding tackles, because you more than get them wrong, it can sometimes even be a red card. But they got stuck in, and that's what we love to see. Again, it's what makes the cup match so special. It's a one-off. Anything can happen on the day.
And New Jersey Alliance are playing in their first ever Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup game. They've never beaten a professional team in the club's 13-year history. Tonight could be that night that they make some history. Ball's clipped up ahead looking for Koulibaly. Wasn't the most convincing of headers backwards there by Owen Green, but Jerez is there.
Yeah, if Douglas Koulibaly had just assumed that the defender would make an error, he would have been in on goal.
Early ball played up the other end here. Chattanooga looking to thread their way in behind. Handball appeals did come in. Oh, and the flag does go up from the assistant on the near side. New Jersey gets the decision.
Danger there from the Alliance point of view. You've let the ball bounce, and you can see Matt Bentley is a bit of a handful. You've got to clear the ball first time with a header or a volley. They didn't do that, and it became a bit of a scramble in the box.
The Alliance will retake the free kick. Hurtado. It's forced all the way back by Uribe. Even hear some of the fans calling out who the New Jersey players should pass to on the near side. It is a New Jersey crowd. It's going to be an active crowd, that's for sure. They're going to make their voices heard.
Well, it's your part of the world where you grew up, so you know exactly what the local folk are like there. They can get quite emotional, I guess.
They're opinionated, that's for sure.
That's a very nice way of putting it.
One thing that is for sure, they're going to be behind them till the very end. There's no questions about that. The ball did go out of play. It is going to be a throw into New Jersey here.
Well, I'm thinking that Robert Kruk of the Alliance is looking at this going, fantastic. 1/3 of the match through. We're level. We haven't been played off the park. And in fact, they've got progressively stronger and more confident on the ball, have New Jersey Alliance. And they must be thinking, you know what, a victory is very possible. I think initially you're realistic, you know it's a long shot, but now 30 minutes into the game, it's no longer a long shot. It's going to be difficult against a professional side, but look at that, just big clearances coming from the Red Wolves. They're struggling to get a hold of this game.
One other interesting thing about New Jersey as well, we asked Robert Kruk about this, they're still kind of trying to transition between their quote-unquote headquarters for the New Jersey Alliance. They mostly play in Clifton during the UPSL season. They're trying to move things over more towards Lyndhurst at the moment. That's kind of where their HQ is. It's not far away from New York City. And then Newark eventually could be their home as well. They're sort of trying to decide where in New Jersey is going to be where they hail from moving forward, but Newark is the place tonight. A city that's also home to the NHL, New Jersey Devils, of course. Play at the Prudential Center, not far away from New Jersey Institute of Technology. From that set piece, touched away by Matt Bentley, out for a throw. Gautro's throw came right back to him. And then on the turn, Quist couldn't do too much with it. Chattanooga being physical themselves at the back, but they concede another throw. One that New Jersey will take quickly. Quist again. Double team. Handball appeals come in from the New Jersey players, Quist in particular. And then Chattanooga trying to clear it only as far as Lionel for a reset. Koulibaly showing off some of his skills. Can he move it forward? Yes, he can. Maybe a chance here for Rubio. Rubio moves it along. Brian Canales. Castrillo.
Handball appeal. You see, that's when the game can turn in a moment like that. If either referee or linesman had seen it and given it.
Little give and go here. Quist again is doubled. And on the byline, it's going to be knocked out of play for, it looks like, another corner here. Chattanooga a bit perplexed by the decision there, but it goes the way of the hosts.
Well, if you're an Alliance fan, you're going, hang on a second, we had a penalty appeal, we've now got a corner, we're putting pressure on the Red Wolves. They are very much in this match at this moment in time, and a decent ball into the box, who knows what might happen.
What do the Alliance have up their sleeves here? Corner is whipped in well. A lot of white shirts, though, in the middle of the penalty area, trying to head it clear. Canales tried to keep it alive, still trying to keep it alive. And Morris moves it upfield for the Red Wolves here. Bentley tries to check his run. Morris also now has to try to check his run, and then it's a really good challenge by Lionel. Play continues, but the ball in behind finds a man in an offside position.
Just wondering if Johnny Felipe there could have played that ball a touch earlier. Matt Bentley had made a good run. He was trying to keep himself on side. Needed the ball earlier, it didn't come. And then eventually he's tracking back, and when the ball did come, then he was in an offside position. So just the timing maybe early on in the season. Of course, you mentioned the Red Wolves have only played one match of their season, so players still getting a measure of each other and getting into the full swing of it, but just felt they could have maybe got more out of that move there, the Red Wolves.
Looks like Hartford Athletic have scored again in their game against the New York Shockers. 2-0 is the score for Brendan Burke's side out of the USL Championship. Meanwhile, a miscued clearance out to that far side could invite some more Chattanooga pressure here. All the other live games going on, 6 other live games including ours. No goals yet, only the goals that have been scored in Hartford accounted for to this point. The night is young, of course.
Yeah, cup football, especially towards the end, always seems to produce some goals.
One of the reasons the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup has the amazing history it has is because of those late moments of drama. Faint handball appeal came in there, I think just from Kimball Jackson maybe, from Chattanooga. Early ball played up the other end here, a collision. Referee's going to give a free kick, and a red card as well, a straight red card. Scott McKenzie incensed in the Chattanooga technical area here. The Red Wolves, I should say, have been reduced to 10. Garrett Morris sent off for Chattanooga here.
Amazing, and it's a long ball upfield. And Garrett Morris doesn't clear it straight away, so he gets into a bit of a battle here. There's a chance to clear it. He doesn't quite read the bounce of the ball. Now, the assistant ref is very close, so he could agree or disagree and help the referee. Referee sees it as a blatant dogso, denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. I think there's a lot of work to do from out wide on the right, you know, to beat any covering defenders. For me, it's possibly a yellow, but the referee deemed it a professional foul, a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, and produced the red. And now it changes things. Like we said, this is cup football. All of a sudden now, the Lions, with the extra players, must be thinking, we've got a really good chance.
There's 2 factors at play here. We're going to take another look at it. Was there any help behind Morris? The answer, it looks like, is no. Although there's 2 players that are recovering, but there's no one behind Morris. And then does Morris maybe tug on the jersey there, on the kit, as he goes to the ground? I wonder if that's maybe what the referee, Danielle Cornetta, saw. We get another look at it here, Gary.
Yeah, referee certainly believes there was a pullback just there as he's falling. Garrett Morris. Again, it's up to the assistant ref to help out a little bit there, because he was very close to the action. But both the defenders chasing were 5 or 6 yards behind. So again, as referees have to take into account where it happens on the pitch. If it happens in the middle, definitely the player was through. But when you're out wide, you're still got to work your way into the box. I think there's a level of questionability there that, for me, it could be more of a yellow. But you run that risk when you bring a player down. And now, doesn't matter what we think anyway. Garrett Morris, red card off, down to 10 players. Red Wolves, only 3 fit players on the bench and a goalkeeper. So this has suddenly become a really difficult cup match for the Red Wolves.
Big-time adversity now for Chattanooga Red Wolves here. And on top of all that, with Garrett Morris being sent off and the Red Wolves being reduced to 10, another set-piece opportunity here for New Jersey. Castrillo to take, and it's well placed, headed just away on the inside arcs of the penalty area. And then Chattanooga with a poor clearance after that, quickly out for a throw-in. Jordan Iambila, just anywhere will do at the moment. The red card totally changes the complexion here the rest of the way. Cleared up field by Gautreau. And New Jersey now could have a real opportunity to get on top themselves in this game.
They most certainly do, but I'm sure one thing that Robert Crook will tell his Alliance players at halftime is don't give the referee any opportunity to send one of you off. Not the referees do, but having dished out a red card, if somebody on the opposing side does something, it's sort of human nature to try and square things up. So don't have any late tackles, don't put elbows in people's faces.
Lionel, neither one thing nor the other in that particular occasion. It's a goal kick.
He gets some applause for trying. It was a little bit wide in the end. But yeah, just to finish that point, just don't give the referee an opportunity to give you a second yellow. And also, it was a straight red, wasn't it? Because Garrett Morris was already on a yellow. Was he not? Who was the player booked earlier? Have I got that wrong? Maybe not. Maybe it was a straight red, yeah.
It was a straight red. Castrillo is on a yellow for New Jersey.
Correct, yes. Correct. That's what I'm mixing up. So, but it was a straight red anyway. The referee in no doubt whatsoever that it was a dog so. Denial of a goal-scoring opportunity.
We were alluding to it earlier, right, Gary? Things can change in cup games very, very quickly. And life has certainly come at Chattanooga fast in this first half. They lost Omar Hernandez due to an injury. That leaves them with just 3 players left on the bench. And then now Garrett Morris getting sent off, a straight red card. And they're down to 10 men the rest of the way. Early ball pinged into the penalty area there. Jerez collects for the Red Wolves.
And that comes back to the point you mentioned early on that you were talking to Robert Crook about is the first 15, 20 minutes. When you're the Alliance and you're the underdogs, and you know, if you could just hang in there, then it becomes pressure on the Red Wolves to start trying to break you down, and anything goes wrong and the match is turned on its head, and that's exactly what's happened.
Canales, after a decent run from Enrique Hurtado. Castrillo plays the ball up ahead. There's space to run into here. Laid off on the far side. Oh, it's a lovely incisive pass here. Oh, and it's a good recovery. Chattanooga getting their possession back, and then their clearance was blocked. And now Chattanooga nearly making a meal out of all of that. Leap on the near side. Harried, and we'll have to settle for a throw.
Crowd loving every tackle. As you say, the New Jersey folk, they're really getting stuck into this match. And that just gives the players a lot of extra energy, and they're going to need it to play at this level for 90 minutes. The season hasn't started, as you said, they haven't been able to get full training in because of the snow. And anyway, they work for a living, so it's hard to get the amount of training necessary. And just wonder if in the last 15, 20 minutes that's going to play a part in this match.
Comes Chattanooga here. It's an early ball looking for Philippe. Headed clear to the edge of the penalty area. Hurtado. Koulibaly fits it right through the gap. And it could be a chance for New Jersey to break up the other end here with Christopher Rubio. Near side, Brian Canales taken towards the sideline here. Canales cutting in field. Still Canales! Saved by Jerez. Out for a quarter with 2 minutes of normal time left in the half.
Good little bit of play here from Brian Canales. You think he's going to go down the line, and he sort of feints to go that way, and then just cuts inside there, gets the shot. That's going in, I think, either hits the post or it just sneaks in. So well done to the goalkeeper, Ricardo Jerez, for the save.
Another New Jersey set-piece opportunity here. They're all going to crash the goal mouth, it looks like, when it goes right towards Jerez. And the Guatemalan makes the catch.
Good hands from the goalkeeper. You can see all his experience of 59 caps for his country. Even though he's just about to cross the 40-year-old barrier. He's obviously looked after himself extremely well. Top professional.
Yeah, more 39 years young, right, than 39 years old. Can Chattanooga find their footing again here? 10 men isn't always a death sentence in the cup. It's how you handle it. And the Red Wolves have dealt with a bit of a New Jersey surge here the last few minutes, but can they maybe get back a little bit of that momentum before we get to the halftime interval here in Newark? Another early ball played in behind here, and it was a brief chance to turn for Pedro Hernandez, well shepherded by Uribe. And Canales is able to skip past one, but not the second challenge. Referee allows play to continue here after the heavy tackle by Owen Green. Bentley looking to get to the byline here. Was he brought down? Yes, it's a free kick for the Red Wolves.
Just got in front there, didn't he, Matt Bentley? And once he's in front, if he goes to ground, the chances are he's going to get the free kick. Mind you, Owen Green's tackle a few seconds back. Ah, what a crunching tackle that was. Wow. This is it coming up here. You had to time this right, because if you didn't, that's potentially a red card. But now, have a look here at Matt Bentley. He just gets ahead of Hurtado, just gets his body in front. And once you do that, then any contact, and it's going to be a free kick.
You wonder if Matt Bentley even made himself go into that position. It was clever.
Didn't hear anything.
Free kick here in first half stoppage time. He's cleared away. And the blue shirts are flooding forward here on this near side, and the Red Wolves are stretched at the back. Preciado gets into the penalty area here. Can he finish? Yes, he can! Marlon Preciado scores for New Jersey and gives the Alliance an unlikely lead in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. It's their first ever Open Cup goal.
Absolutely brilliant. Drama, drama, drama. The fans are loving it. The players can't believe. It's a great counter. It's a big ball up here, but look how many of the players run, how much effort they put in here. And it's Preciado there who gets away from the tackle. He's got options, 1, 2, 3. All those blue shirts running in the box. They draw defenders away. I thought for a second he had dragged it too wide. The defender came across, but he hits it. It seems to go through the defender's legs into the corner. Fantastic finish. Brilliant, brilliant counter-attack with numbers, with options, and with a good finish that tucks it into the corner to beat Ricardo Jerez.
Number 10, Marlon Preciado.
I nearly went the full length of the pitch, picked it up really early on the transitional move by New Jersey. Preciado went all the way and finished it off. And not only are New Jersey a man up, they're a goal up here as we approach halftime in Newark.
Well, this is the beauty of the Cup. They talk about it all the time in Europe and here in the US, that sometimes the minnows beat the giants, and this is in that level, given that the Alliance are amateurs who go to play football after work, and the Red Wolves are professionals who are there every day. It is David versus Goliath, and right now, what an effort Alliance have put up. But I would say this, once you're in this situation with the extra man, you got the goal, you don't want to blow the chance. So I think the halftime talk is going to have to be a good one from Robert Kruk to say, you know what, let's be sensible. Let's just keep building. We're up against a good side. We've got to polish them off now. We're in a fantastic position to do that.
Just to be crystal clear here, we were not told how much stoppage time there was going to be here at the end of the half. So we are waiting, like you are, to find that out and get a confirmation. But the referees looked at her watch a couple of times here, so we'll see how much more time they'll be allowed. About to get to the end of a fourth added minute here. Marlon Preciado's goal has New Jersey ahead in their Open Cup debut. And Garrett Morris getting sent off with a straight red card has the Red Wolves down to 10. Those are the big storylines approaching the end of the first half. And New Jersey are still in pursuit here. Koulibaly. Did he quite win the throw? He did not. It's going to go Chattanooga's way. Koulibaly's header again. Canales was fighting for it. Bentley trying to stick a boot in. Canales again helps out. Koulibaly on the near side. Tries to send it in towards Quist, who chests it down. Again, Chattanooga react the quickest and get back on it. Philippe dispossessed. Now the Alliance are all over it at the moment. Canales brought down, free kick. Surging with confidence.
This is going to be a crucial halftime talk for Scott McKenzie, for Chattanooga Red Wolves. He's got to get his team's energy up. They're just really not impacting this amateur side. They need to do more, and he's going to perhaps have to get into their face a little bit to get them fired up.
Another clumsy challenge on the far side by Eric Kinsner. Brought down Quist. I think that's going to be a free kick for New Jersey here. Lucas Castrillo's done a very good job providing the service for New Jersey from these set-piece chances. Again, waiting on the official as far as any additional time remaining in the half here. Castrillo to deliver again. This time Chattanooga will clear it. Nice control initially there from Pedro Hernandez, but he coughs it up. Lionel gallops past a challenge here. Koulibaly will lay it off for Canales. Koulibaly again. Still Koulibaly. Bounced in for Jerez. And that's the last act of the half here in Newark. Well, a first ever half in the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup for New Jersey Alliance. It couldn't have gone much better. A goal from Marlon Preciado. And of course, 10 men now, Chattanooga, after the sending off of Garrett Morris, Gary.
Absolutely brilliant. Cup football at its best. It's a shock as it stands. And I'm just curious to see how Chattanooga Red Wolves are going to set up for the second half, how they're going to come out. They've got to raise their energy. They've got to get stuck in. They've got to fight a lot more than they have. And for New Jersey Alliance, can they hold on to this? Can they maybe pick a couple more holes in that 10-men Red Wolves side? So it's all set up for a fantastic second half.
We could have a cup set on our hands here in Newark, but there's still a big second half to come. At the half, it is the underdogs, New Jersey Alliance, leading Chattanooga by a 1-0.
Fans, for tonight's entertainment, please welcome our local kids from our local community.
Es gratis, loco. Es gratis. Ahora sí. Oh, no, eso es ¿cómo se llama? El background. Por eso te digo, yo no sé qué estoy pagando cada vez que pago de 25. No sé qué estoy pagando. Oye, no, los 25 dólares que estoy pagando. Y a los 15. Sí, o sea, es o sea, y ya no tienes que comprar el seguro, ya no tienes que cada una si yo compro un seguro para una calidad, con la misma cobertura que me da aparte de eso no pagan nada más, o sea, no pagas, el Estado.
No, Johnny's over here. He's para lo único que necesitan
Welcome back, everybody. Sean St. Jacques, Gary Bailey here with you. First round coverage of the 110th Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Could we have a cup set on our hands here in Newark, New Jersey? The New Jersey Alliance leading Chattanooga Red Wolves SC by 1-0. First half highlights here in New Jersey. And Gary, we begin with a good spell from Chattanooga.
Yeah, that's Matt Bentley up front. He looked sharp very early on. Didn't get much service after that, but for the first 5 or 10 minutes, he was threatening around the edge of the box. Comes out here. I think that's Omar Hernandez who has a dip that just goes wide. And then slowly the local team started to get to grips with this match. I mean, they were very, very useful around the edge of the box. Here's a free kick, Lucas Castillo. That's right towards the top corner. Really well read by Ricardo Jerez in goals for the Red Wolves.
And then Chattanooga kept pressing. This was Garrett Morris's big chance.
Yeah, nice little save there from Yamal Macias. And the 18-year-old hitting the target. Now, this is the yellow card. Is there a tug here by the man who gets sent off, Garrett Morris? The referee says yes, she saw a pull, Danielle Cornetta. They were a good 6 or 7 yards ahead of the rest. So for her, it's a dog-so denial of a goal-scoring opportunity.
And then New Jersey really picked up the momentum from there. Good chance here from Canales.
Just inside that near post, nice save from Ricardo Jerez. And here is the goal. Now, it's a fantastic breakaway. Marlon Preciado here beats the tackle there And now he's got options. 1, 2, 3 players in blue and yellow. And he decides to wait. I thought that touch to the left was too much, and then he hits it. And I think it goes through Owen Green's legs into the corner. But just fantastic commitment from all those players to bomb forward and get numbers in attack. And now they're 1-0 up at home.
And a man up as well as we look at the halftime match stats, and it all changed really after that red card happened. Chattanooga had more of the opportunities before that. All the stats shifted to the New Jersey Alliance when that happened.
It did, and Red Wolves should be good enough to stop that from happening, but you know, it's cup football. There's 4 shots on target for the home side, just to 2 for the visitors, so the professional side on the road need to find some way to get back in this match second half, and I'm pretty sure they will do. They'll get a bit of a lashing in the locker room, I would think, from Scott McKenzie. He'll fire them up and get them out, ready to tackle New Jersey Alliance in the second half.
And 1-0 at the half here. Other first-round scores on this opening night Tuesday around the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Hartford trying to close out the New York Shockers. They're 2-0 up there. Miami 2-0 up against Naples United FC. And then besides our game here, we are a little bit short on goals. But again, it is the Open Cup. That'll surely change. The night is still very, very young. And there's still plenty of games, of course, that'll kick off and around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, involving some amateur sides, but then also the likes of FC Tulsa, the USL Championship, still to kick off things later on in the evening. So, still a big 45 minutes to come here in Newark, New Jersey, on the campus of NJIT, Lubecken Field, for this Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup first round. The New Jersey Alliance have never played in this tournament before. It's their debuts in the Cup. They've never beaten a professional team before either. That hasn't stopped them. They're 1-0 up, Gary. They're a man up as well. 45 minutes to play.
Yeah, they're in a wonderful position to go on. The question is, will they? And will the 10 men of Red Wolves fight back? They're professionals. They know what they have to do. They've got to find a way. They'll be dreaming of glory as well. They want to get through to the next rounds and maybe draw a USL team or eventually an MLS team. So they don't want to throw it away here. So I expect them to come out absolutely firing. And of course, if necessary, there's extra time and penalties.
I was just going to say, Gary, we talked earlier about the first round game Chattanooga played last year. They were given quite the test by an amateur side from Massachusetts, Brockton FC United. They won in extra time by 4-2. So the Red Wolves have been in similar situations like this. The only difference, though, in that game, obviously the red card, but also Chattanooga never trailed in that game either. They trail tonight. They're down a man tonight as well. We'll switch sides, of course, for the start of the second half. The third part of this as well is that Chattanooga already used a substitution in the first half. They have 2 outfield players left, and they only have a backup goalkeeper on the back end there as well. So Scott McKenzie's also short on reinforcements for his team, but there's still a big second half to play, and we are very excited to see how it's all going to play out. Again, New Jersey Alliance are in blue and yellow. Chattanooga are in white with that sash across the front. Crowd here in Newark have been wonderful. And we've had a wonderful game as well. The pace for the vast majority of it as well has been wonderful to take in. And it's an early throw-in for the Alliance on the near side. Ball was kept alive by Quist, but then it's given away here. Philippe sliding it through here. Bentley, he's beaten to it by Uribe. Still not cleared though. Ball whipped right back in. Hurtado's header away. And the Red Wolves will reset.
I think he's going to be a huge player for the Red Wolves, Matt Bentley, if they're going to get back into this match. Does lead that line really well. And it was a fantastic tackle by Uribe to stop him. But he's going to get more ball as this professional team push forward, and he could get them back into this game very easily, the number 10 there for the Red Wolves.
Kiroy Lionel had that covered on that ball, flipped up over the top. Macias has made some good saves already for New Jersey. Will restart the play. We asked Robert Kroc, the New Jersey Alliance head coach, about how they prepared for this game, and he said the biggest hurdle as far as preparation for a game like this is the mental side of the game. He said he expected his team to give it everything they've got. He said these are the kind of moments. How do you handle the pressure? Bright lights are on you, big opposition, and now, and obviously you couldn't have known this, you have a lead. How do you handle it moving forward? We're going to find out.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to all the Alliance players, they probably spent more time thinking in the last few days of how they're going to come back into the game. What if they're 1-0 down, 2-0 down? To be in the lead is something they could only have dreamt of.
Challenge came in there. Referee lets it go. Quist plays it centrally here, and the shot is blocked, it looked like, on the way through. Preciado trying to add to his goal tally. And he continues to put the pressure on here. Quist trying to pin Chattanooga back. And the Red Wolves are fortunate that that deflects out for a goal kick. Good press from the Alliance here.
Very good press. And it's a confidence-boosting press as well. When you force the team back, you stop them from playing out of the back. They're just growing in belief minute by minute, this New Jersey side.
Bentley trying to work his way onto the ball here, and Chattanooga will get a turnover inside the penalty area. And then the cross does not go where it needs to, really, off the boot of Pedro Hernandez. And Macias emerges with it.
Good pressure from those two up front. They've pushed Pedro Hernandez up into that more attacking role, and they've put pressure on the defenders there. That's a turnover ball that can undo an amateur team like New Jersey Alliance. They have to be really careful.
Bentley cuts it onto his right and shoots! Just wide. That is more like it from Chattanooga. Bentley was looking for a corner there. Certainly wasn't far away.
Now this is the sort of number 9, even though he's wearing 10, he's playing that number 9 role. This is what you got to do. You run at the opposition, you get the shots in there. What it does is it forces the Alliance to maybe bring a defensive midfielder back to start, you know, blocking up those gaps, and then it's more difficult to get forward. So that's the pressure from a Red Wolves point of view that Matt Bentley needs to apply to the Alliance.
Preciado again trying to put on the pressure there, and then Hernandez poking it through for Bentley, who emerges from not 1 but 2 challenges. Referee did play advantage there for the Red Wolves. Near side, Eric Kinsner. Maybe a chance to move this forward. Iambila forced to go back. Can Chattanooga gain a little bit of the momentum back that they lost towards the end of the first half? It's clipped forward by Green. Chance for New Jersey to maybe break here. Quist with the early ball up ahead. He gets on the end of it. Quist trying to get past Iambila, who dispossesses him. Able to recover it rather well. Still a player down here for New Jersey. Iambila allowed to continue on. Yes, it's a head injury. Referee does not have to stop the play here. Chattanooga can continue on. Lionel will touch it out of play. It's a Chattanooga throw for now. The injured player stays down here, and there's going to be a yellow card for Michael Knapp for the Red Wolves here.
They're getting into it there. He was brought down, Rubio, and he's upset by it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a very late tackle. And I tell you what, if there's VAR, which there isn't, but if there was, it's potentially a red card late and right on the ankle. And he was upset, Rubio, quite rightly so.
And again, the referee went back and booked Michael Knapp, just a yellow. At the very tail end of that, and there are New Jersey players asking the referee why it wasn't a red. 1 or 2 showing the motion that Knapp made with his studs.
The problem is, without VAR, referee has to see it in real time, and it's very difficult for Daniel Cornetto to see everything. It's easy for us with the replay to go, oh, you can see it's a late tackle on the ankle, but unless the referee gets help from the assistant refs, if they don't see it, you can't give it, and that's just part of, I guess, the beauty of playing without VAR is these things can happen. Handballs get missed, penalties get missed, and it's just the way it used to be before VAR came along. Very nicely, though, thrown back. Well done, Red Wolves. The ball was knocked out for injury and given straight back to New Jersey.
And you can see on the screen there, Garrett Morris sent off, straight red card in the first half with the denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Brought down Marlon Preciado, who of course scored the goal for New Jersey Alliance in their Open Cup debuts tonight. And Robert Kruk's side have the lead for now. Kinsner assessing the scene. Owen Green out to the far side. And New Jersey collapse upon it here, and they do win the ball back. And if they hurry here, New Jersey, they could have the numbers here. Quist getting past Iambila, and it's wide open on the far side here. Koulibaly blocked. Critical intervention by Declan Waters. It bounces out for a New Jersey throw.
Wow, once again, they get numbers forward so quickly to New Jersey Alliance, and he was right in there, wasn't he, Douglas Koulibaly? Good block. But these are the moments where, if a little bit of luck, that ends up in the back of the net, and then Red Wolves would be in all sorts of trouble. Here's the breakaway coming from Quist, and it goes across to Koulibaly here. He cuts inside. Now it opened up a massive gap. And in the end, as you say, it's a very good block from Declan Waters.
New Jersey get a free kick from all of that. It is headed away. Quickly picked back up by Rubio. It is sent back towards the penalty area. Nudged down for Iambila to control for the Red Wolves here. And then Iambila couldn't take the ball with him. Quist did really well to put pressure on him. It's a turnover. The confidence in this New Jersey side has just grown and grown and grown again as this game has moved along here in Newark. Koulibaly lets it run out of play. Well, if there's any player that Robert Kruk would have wanted the ball to fall to in that kind of spot, it would have been Douglas Koulibaly. He was one of the key players that Robert Kruk told us about. He said, if he plays well, we've got a chance. Nearly scored their second goal. Big block by Waters, as we mentioned. Can Chattanooga find a response up the other end here? It's a cut to the byline by Bentley, who then goes down. Referee had a look at it, and we will play on. Bentley is saying that he was hit in the face.
It seemed that he had lost the ball and he was just trying to get a free kick. Maybe there is some contact, but knocks the ball here, and defender steps across him. There is a bit of a hand back, but he goes down a good 2 seconds after he gets hit. The assistant ref is right in line and he doesn't give it, so I don't think there's much in that, to be honest.
Quist. It was sent forward by Castrillo. Chattanooga get it back in possession here. Philippe forced to retreat at the moment. Does get help from Waters. Bentley out wide. And maybe a chance to again move this forward. Faint appeals for a free kick. However, Chattanooga, it appears, will get a corner kick on the far side.
Look at the work done by Douglas Koulibaly there to come back from a striking position, comes back. Yes, I know he concedes the corner, but he gets the tackle in, and this is the effort that New Jersey Alliance have put in here, and you can see it by how many numbers they get forward when they counter-attack.
The work rate from New Jersey has been on full display. Not going to surprise too many of the locals here as far as that's concerned. They expect things like that. Ball goes out of play. It is a Chattanooga throw, and then Chattanooga upset that the ball was kicked away by Hurtado.
Oh, there's trouble now. He definitely came in there, Hurtado. And that's at least a yellow card. That was done on purpose with premeditation to hit Waters in the back.
Waters is pleading the case that a yellow should be given there. The referee, though, doesn't seem to be, well, maybe now is going to acquiesce. They had the discussion about it. It was Hurtado who initiated the contact.
Yeah. To me, it's at least a yellow because it was premeditated. He went for him, gave him a nudge in the back. I don't think it's a red. If you just, that's just a warning, then let's have a look at it again. Watch number 3 there, going for number 4. Watch there. Well, I mean, it's not serious like a red card, but it's a yellow, absolute definite yellow card.
And the referee, Danielle Cornetta, got a great view of it. It doesn't look like a yellow card has been given for that. In the end, the attack for Chattanooga fizzles out one way or another. It's a goal kick.
But just a warning for the Alliance there. Be careful. You're 1-0 up. You're 1 player up. I mentioned it first off. Don't do silly things that might get you sent off. And that was very close to being a red. Just don't do it. Just you're in such a good position. Don't go and blow it now. You know, if you're going to lose, make sure Red Wolves have to play brilliantly well to defeat you. Don't give them the opportunity to get back in the game.
That goes back to what we were talking about earlier. So much talk is brought up about how the underdogs play when they're behind. How do you play when you have a lead as well? Just as important, especially in this time of the game for New Jersey as we approach the hour mark in the second half.
This is the thing for the Alliance. The clock is their friend here because it's already, as you say, nearly 2/3 through. They're just going to keep playing and just try and keep the Red Wolves away from their goal. If they can sneak a second, great. But as the clock goes down, Chattanooga's going to have to take more risks.
Rubio tried to follow up. Jerez clears it away. Canales trying to fight Ayambila off the ball and does help to force a turnover here. Canales out to the far side. Could be a chance to shape up a shot. Bounces just wide off the boot of Koulibaly.
Playing so well. I never expected the Alliance to be able to run at the Red Wolves like they have done in most of this match. Not in the first sort of 15, 20 minutes, they were on the back foot quite a bit. But since then, you know, they've been great. And I've been a little bit disappointed in the Red Wolves. These are professional players who need to get stuck in more, need to run more, need to chase, need to harry like they're doing now. They need to raise the energy. And they know how to. They're professionals. Just haven't really done it enough as yet. Maybe they still will do.
That was good extra effort play by Pedro Hernandez, who's back on it here for Chattanooga. But he was swarmed, and New Jersey will clear it further upfield. Out for an Owen Green throw. Talked about how the stats have slowly but surely moved into New Jersey's favor. Even the XG, which was heavily in favor of Chattanooga at one point. New Jersey just edging them out at the moment, 0.41 to 0.31 in favor of the hosts with an hour gone.
It certainly hasn't been an impressive performance by Chattanooga, but you know what, when it comes to cup football, you want to get through this round, get into the next round. It's not about pretty football, it's not about possession stats. It's a case of, are you in the round for the next draw or not? That's the only measurement here.
Pushing a chase by Gautreau, who's brought down. That's going to be a free kick and a yellow card handed out. More Chattanooga frustration. I think Pedro Hernandez this time sees yellow for the Red Wolves.
Yeah, it's a bad tackle. It goes for the ball, catches the player's legs. The commitment's there, so I know what he's trying to do. He's all fired up and he wants to impact the game, but that's not the way to do it.
Pedro Hernandez joins Michael Knapp. We're both on yellow cards for the Red Wolves. Again, Chattanooga, for those just joining us, already down to 10 men. A straight red card to Garrett Morris in the first half. And Marlon Preciado has New Jersey ahead and potentially on course for a cup set in their maiden voyage in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Another whistle. This is going to be a free kick going Chattanooga's way this time. And a yellow card comes out as well. I think that's Koulibaly who's shown a yellow. So Koulibaly and Castrillo for New Jersey are both sitting on yellows for Robert Kruk's group. You also start to wonder, knowing the limited resources that the Red Wolves have, when will Robert Kruk feel comfortable bringing on some fresh legs himself? You start to think about that as we get through the next 10 to 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, very true. 60, around about the 60th minute onwards is when most coaches start to make changes. I think he'll be very happy with the way his team is playing, but certainly fresh legs might help as the match goes on. But they're holding their own so far, New Jersey Alliance. Again, I thought I'd see more from the Red Wolves second half. They certainly have taken it up a little bit of a level. Matt Bentley's been a bit sharp and Pedro Hernandez, but I haven't seen enough from the midfield, especially the players like Michael Knapp. He's an ex-RGV player, started at New York Red Bulls. Quality background players. They need to dominate more in this match.
Early ball clipped up ahead, too close to Jerez. Good flick by Hernandez. Bentley follows up. Oh, and the referee is going to point, I think, for a penalty for Chattanooga.
I'm not sure. I really am not sure about that. But as we said in the first half, when the ref gives a penalty, they often balance it up. They don't mean to, but let's have a look. I thought Matt Bentley was playing for the pen here. He gets the touch. And let's see. Well, is there contact, though? He does toe poke it. Have a look. And then he just goes. For me, he collapses.
Oh.
He plays for the penalty. Now, fair enough. That's, if you play for the pen and you get it, then that's, I guess people say it's professionalism, but I didn't see enough contact there.
Hurtado booked for the challenge as well. Must have been just on the line. That was the other thing I was looking out for. Did the challenge occur in the penalty area? I think it might have just been on the line, which means it's in, of course. But it is a harsh decision here. The one that Matt Bentley could use to give Chattanooga a lifeline with 25 minutes to play in round one of the Open Cup. Yamil Macias will be called upon to try to hold on to New Jersey's lead. It's Matt Bentley. It's in. Matt Bentley equalizes for Chattanooga with 25 minutes remaining. And the 10 men have equalized. It's 1-1 here in New Jersey.
Well, credit Matt Bentley. We said that he had to be the player who got them back in the match. And he has. Yes, it's a little bit fortuitous. He sort of, it felt to me like he toe poked and then went down, but that's professionalism. You know, you win the pen, you slot it away, you got your team back on level terms. That makes a massive difference. And like we said a few minutes ago, no one's going to remember that it was a dubious pen. No one's going to remember that they didn't play that well. All they need to know is that Chattanooga get through to the next round, or, as we mentioned earlier, it could be extra time and penalties.
Matt Bentley, who used to play for the Richmond Kickers, another USL League One side, then played couple of seasons overseas in England at Maidstone United in the National League. Scored 5 goals over 2 league seasons there. Scores his first goal for the Red Wolves here in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, and the 10 men are right back in business.
Yeah, Maidstone United is in the non-league, as far as I remember. So that would be like the 5th or 6th tier of football in England. But it's still a decent level, and he looks a good acquisition, Matt Bentley. But he's done something. At least he's gone out there as a professional, and try to make something happen. And whether I agree with the penalty or not, you got to credit him.
The National League is in and around where Wrexham were a few seasons ago,
Yes,
trying to
yes.
push their way up. And of course, we know what happened then. So how does New Jersey respond now? Their first big dose of adversity tonight. Quist wins a free kick, and Ayambila would not let the situation go. Referee on the scene tells him to let it go. Nearly worked his way into the referee's book.
Yeah, I was going to say, very close. Again, you're mouthing off at the referee and not letting the opposition take the free kick. I mean, again, is it a free kick? Is it not? I didn't think so, probably. But once the whistle goes, now here, you see, he puts his hand down and grabs the ball. You can't stop the opposition, and he's very lucky not to get a yellow for that. But emotions running high.
Catro's ball in. Ooh, it was just over the head of Quist. Castrillo recycles for the Alliance here, but it's a giveaway. Now can Chattanooga bring it up the other end? Bentley, the goal scorer, will hold it up for a full reset. Point of attack is switched. Philippe for Ayambila. Johnny Philippe looking to thread the needle here. And New Jersey look to play the offsides trap, and it is going to be an offside decision here. Matt Bentley thought he had scored again, but it will not count. Offside is given.
It did look like an offside, and the best person, or the person in the best position, is that linesman out there looking right down the line. There was a nice little touch, I think, from Pedro Hernandez to play the ball through. Let's have a look here. A lot of space here. They weren't closed down. The ball comes to Johnny Felipe. He's allowed to play it in. Yeah, it does look like Matt Bentley is a good yard offside or so. But they're beginning to come into the game now. Maybe they've got a better fitness. Maybe the Alliance are beginning to feel the fact they're not as fit as the professionals are.
All played in behind here. It's nearly a replay of the first half, but this time it's Pedro Hernandez in here for Chattanooga. He lays it off for Bentley. Blocked by Lionel. Critical last-ditch defending, this time from New Jersey. Now can the Alliance break up the other end? Remember, Chattanooga are short-handed. It's Koulibaly. He goes down. Chattanooga tell him to get back up. Jerez collects. No free kick.
Oh, what a chance for Pedro Hernandez. Brave when he put his head in there to win the ball, and he's through on goals. I'm thinking, have a dip. I know he wants to play Matt Bentley in, but Matt Bentley was marked.
Pedro Hernandez beaten to it by Macias.
I'm going to say Matt Bentley was marked, and I just thought he could have just gone in there and had a dip there. Pedro Hernandez. But wow, chances at both ends of the pitch. I mean, it's a really good cup match. Here's one, brave there, because you risk getting hit in the face. Now, you get into the box. At this point, I'm thinking you've got sight of goal. Have the shot, and he tried to play unselfishly, tries to get it to Matt Bentley, who was already marked. And down the other end here, a little bit of a dribble on the edge of the box. Feels he was brought down by Kimball Jackson, but just couldn't see enough, to be honest.
Oh, we said it earlier, we'll say it again. The pace at times in this game, you just cannot take your eyes off it. But the issue now for New Jersey is that it looks like Koulibaly is continuing to fight through an injury.
I'm just wondering if now is not a good time to start making changes for Robert Crook and the Alliance. They've just lost a little bit of impetus. The Red Wolves are playing better. They're getting Matt Bentley and Pedro Hernandez into some good positions. Maybe some fresh legs off the bench for New Jersey. Alliance might just pin the Red Wolves back on their heels. They've got some nice options on the bench. Samuel Epitim, 24-year-old ex-New York Red Bulls. And they've got Christian Villegas, who used to play for Deportiva Cali in Colombia. That's a very, very decent level. And then Kelvin Preciado, the 33-year-old, who's former New York Cosmos.
Yeah, older brother of the New Jersey, beg your pardon, Alliance goal scorer, Marlon Preciado. Certainly Robert Crook has plenty of options to choose from if Douglas Koulibaly cannot continue here. He's had a couple of good chances, Koulibaly, throughout the 71+ minutes here. He's certainly played his role.
Referee's going to talk to the coaching staff, so I don't know if this is more cards coming out.
Just about to say, there's a conference on the New Jersey Alliance side here first. Robert Kruk having a word with our referee, Danielle Cornetta.
Picks up a yellow card.
All right, so Robert Kruk sees his name written in to the book. The New Jersey head coach.
I bet he wishes he could play. He's only 36 years of age, and spent some time as obviously as a player and then as a coach, coaching some of the youth at Red Bulls, New York Red Bulls.
He told us that his playing days are just about behind him. He still plays, he said, from time to time, Robert Kruk, but I think he joked with us briefly and said, maybe on the bench, probably not, that kind of a thing. But he's certainly been in and around the youth ranks for quite some time. And his team has put on a wonderful display so far, but Chattanooga have pounced back at it. That Bentley equalizer from the penalty spot here in the second half. That was scored about 8 minutes ago. And the 10 men have gotten it back to level pegging here. And again, if it does stay like this, we would go to 2 15-minute periods of extra time. But there's still 17 minutes to go before we get to that. Free kick for Chattanooga on the near side.
This is where the drama really ramps up for me, the last 15 or so minutes, when a mistake can end your run in the cup, or a great goal can take you to the next round, where somebody's emotion runs over, because these games are, you know, these cup games really do get you riled up, and it's easy to sit on the outside and say, control your emotions. When you're out there on the pitch and getting stuck in and in the middle of the battle, decisions can be made that you regret later.
Hernandez, oh, it's a beautiful touch. Can he finish? Not quite. Onto the roof of the net, hands on Chattanooga heads, as Pedro Hernandez nearly pulled a rabbit out of his hat.
It's a great bit of skill, isn't it? Ball over the top, but that touch there and then the flick, top class. I mean, he's not far away. Look, it might have been headed off the line. Defender was back. But Pedro Hernandez has been one of the star players for the Red Wolves.
Well, this game has really ebbed and flowed. Bentley looking for another foul, this time not given. Koulibaly's right back after it here for New Jersey, and he's into the penalty area. And the shot is saved by Jerez, out for a New Jersey corner as the Alliance punch back.
Good save by the goalkeeper at his near post. Winning the ball in midfield, so important. Castrello there plays it out to Douglas Koulibaly, and he just runs at the box. He's got the pace. It's a tight angle, and he gets the shot on target, and Ricardo Jerez just pushes it out for the corner.
Final 15 minutes. These are the moments and the minutes where heroes and legends are written in the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. From the corner, it's headed right back out. New Jersey will try a second time. Rubio briefly had himself available for a short option here. And then the referee spots something in the penalty area, which he'll have to address between a player or two. It's like Enrique Hurtado and Michael Knapp, who of course are both on yellow cards, are getting a talking to here. Referee telling them, and maybe reminding them of that fact, as we get ready for a second attempt at the corner. Can New Jersey nudge out in front a second time? Now the good ball whipped in, and Jerez knocked it down and quickly collapsed upon it as it got a little bit crowded inside his 6-yard box.
That's a decent ball in. It's a little bit of uncertainty it creates, and got away with it there, the Red Wolves, but I think that's what you want to do from set pieces. Create little half chances that might just bounce your way.
Ball into the middle, Bentley gives it a look. Macias is there for New Jersey. Castrillo lays it off. Canales is fouled. Free kick. And some frustration from Waters, who came up to make the challenge. Ends up getting penalized.
You see his frustration, as I say, emotions are peaking at the moment. So every decision the referee makes, he gets a sort of a volley from one side or the other.
Lionel tried to find Koulibaly, who was marked. Waters for Bentley. And Bentley dispossessed by Hurtado. The pass back was a bit dangerous. Felipe's second best to Macias. Now Kinsner has to be careful. Just got it back to Jerez. Even the New Jersey crowd held their breath for a moment there.
He's shouting at one of his fellow players, saying, I need information. He's having a go at Jordan Ayembila, saying, you need to talk to me in those situations.
Coming together there, Uribe ends up picking up the foul. And it's a free kick in a good position here for the Red Wolves.
Big long ball, just whack it up the pitch. I just don't quite see enough there for a foul. I think Johnny Felipe just went over, but if you can get the foul, why not? A little bit, I'd say it's too far out for a shot. It's quite far. And sometimes you just aim for the goalkeeper, bounce it in front of him, see if he can hold on to it. In this case, Jamil Macias. And send all your players to follow up and pick up any loose pieces.
Third season for Felipe with Chattanooga. He's only scored 2 league goals for the Red Wolves. They both came back in 2023. He goes over the wall and out of play.
It's not a good free kick. It's way over the top. It's not even close, unfortunately, for Johnny Felipe.
Again, we're keeping an eye on games going on elsewhere. A win for Hartford Athletic. That's the first game to finish tonight. 3-0 winners over the New York Shockers. Miami FC cruising 4-1 up against Naples United. Still a few games at 0-0. Sarasota and Naples are at 0-0. FC Naples, that is. Asheville and Greenville, 0-0. FC Motown, another New Jersey side, 0-0 with Westchester. And we were keeping an eye on Westchester United against Loudoun. Loudoun were trailing earlier. Ryan Martin's side have come back to take the lead. 2-1 up as they approach the hour mark. Also, Foro FC, or SC, I should say, pulled off an upset or two last year. Also leading at the moment against Texoma. After a challenge here, a yellow card is going to be presented, I think, to Felipe. And the Alliance will get a free kick at a good spot.
Yeah, it's no question. It's a tackle from behind. See it there. You bring a player down from behind, it's going to be a yellow card every day. Now it's a set piece. Now, the question is for the Alliance. Can you put it into a danger area? See if you can get something, some shot or header on target there and give Ricardo Jerez in the Red Wolves goals something to do.
Lucas Castrillo to take. Final 10 minutes here, plus stoppages to go for potentially a pair of 15-minute extra time sessions here. Round 1 of the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup here in Newark, New Jersey. The Alliance on the attack. Castrillo's ball did get Jerez something to think about, but something he was able to get rather cleanly.
His experience showing there, the 39-year-old reads that absolutely perfectly.
Lionel had to be careful there. The Pedro Hernandez on his hip, and then another challenge comes in. Michael Knapp, who's already been booked for Chattanooga.
Well, it's a big decision for the referee to make. Does she give him a warning? Probably the best decision. Give him a warning and say the next one you're off. I didn't see it as a nasty tackle, more as a slightly late. Well, let's have a look at it again. Well, yeah, it's late and it's potentially on the ankle, so could easily have been a second yellow.
You wonder if he wasn't booked, would he have been booked?
Yeah.
Certainly a few of the Alliance players asking the questions there. Lovely run near side here. Gautreau, Quist. Quist to the byline, Iambila just about scampers away with it. Now can Chattanooga break up the other end? Felipe couldn't be stopped, and then his pass is off the mark. Lionel clears it away. That was a bit promising there for Chattanooga for a split second.
It's getting frantic now, isn't it?
It's all happening.
This is a classic cup match. Amateur side versus pro, and it all seems to go wrong for the pro side, but they find a clever way to get back in the game, win a penalty. And now it's, I mean, either side's got a chance of winning this. Obviously, they're both creating chances. It's not one-way traffic from either side.
Iambila. We're surveying the scene there. Kinsner and company will do a full reset. Three different Red Wolves players on a yellow card at the moment. Felipe is one of them. He's going to run out of room here. Well defended by Gautreau, and it's going to be a goal kick. 7 minutes of the 90 remains. Penalty conversion by Matt Bentley in the second half, canceling out a beauty of a first half goal for New Jersey by Marlon Preciado. Still time for someone to write the headlines here. Slip on the far side allows the Red Wolves to get the throw in. Open Cup debut for New Jersey. They've never beaten a pro side. They've taken one right down to the wire on their maiden voyage tonight. Long throw incoming. It is flicked on. Iambila, nap, and then Bentley! Matt Bentley scores again for Chattanooga, this time from open play. And the 10 men are 6 minutes away from saving themselves here in Newark and advancing to the second round. It's a Bentley brace in the Open Cup.
That's what professional sides do. They find a way to get back in the match. This is just a long throw into the box. It's a good throw. It's not dealt with there. And then it's not dealt with there. That's twice. And as it drops, it's both Knapp and Bentley trying to get the ball. Bentley gets there first. They had options as to who the scorer could be. But unfortunately for Alliance, they didn't deal with the first long throw. They didn't deal with the second header. That was won by the Red Wolves, and then they were able to punish them from just one long throw. So, well, they've ground their way into this game. It hasn't been pretty by the Red Wolves. A penalty that might have gone either way, and then a goal from a long throw. But they've done it, and they're now in the lead.
5 minutes to go, and it does look like the Alliance are going to start making some changes here on the far side. Chattanooga as well, I think, are also going to make a change. We'll try to get those for you.
Must admit, I'm a little bit surprised the Alliance waited this long. I thought, you know, the fresh legs would do around about the 70th minute maybe to have a go at the Red Wolves. Coming on now, it's going to be a case of just chasing the game and trying to get something in the last 5 minutes. But, you know, we don't know the circumstances. We don't know the fitness of the players coming on. But I just felt with all the numbers they had on the bench, they maybe could have come on just a little bit earlier.
We are trying to get confirmation on who's come in. Conrad Rhodesen, it looks like, is one of the players who's come on. Samuel Epitine, we talked about his Red Bull experience earlier. He's on, number 11 in blue as well. As Robert Kruk makes a couple of late changes here. Try to turn the tide. Two of the substitutes go right to work. But it is going to be a Chattanooga throw on the near side.
I don't know if there's more changes being made from maybe from the other side. Not that Red Wolves have a lot of options on the bench, but they do have two fit players in the 31-year-old Brazilian, Walefi Reis. Got lots of experience, and so too has Toby Janope from Dominica. And also what it does, it just slows the game down. I think it's if they are making a change, and even if they're not, it just slows the game down, just takes the sting out of it, and that's all they want to do now, Red Wolves, just work that clock down.
Well, New Jersey now have about 3 minutes plus stoppage time to try and save themselves. Defending to do here, though, first and foremost. Green's throw in is flicked on, and it's cleared only as far as Green. One back, though, by New Jersey. An early ball down this near side, looking for Quist. It's going to be cleared out of play. Gautreau threads the needle initially. It's kept alive for Rodzen, whose ball across was dangerous. Just out of reach of Preciado. Then the clearance, was it handled? No, and then another challenge comes in. Rodzen cuts it back, he goes down! Referee shakes her head, no penalty! Huge appeals from the faithful here in Newark. The referee does not give it. And then the ball goes out of play for a Chattanooga throw. They were baying here for a penalty. We get a second look.
I tell you, it looked like a pen. I'd like to see it again. Let's have a look. There's the run into the box, the touch, waiting. Well, to be fair, there actually wasn't much contact. The defender's foot came in and disappeared. Not dissimilar to the penalty that was given. I didn't see much contact there either. But I think referee Danielle Cornetta got that one right, much as the locals are not happy with her.
Late challenge from Ayambila. One of the few hasn't been booked yet. And now Chattanooga with the dark arts, if you will, trying to slow the game down and stop the restart. Referee says on her whistle here. Ayambila flirting with a yellow card. Oh, does New Jersey have one more jolt left in them down the stretch here? It's a good run on this far side. Played across for Quist. Was not able to get a touch onto it. It was the substitute Dan Altamura with a great run. Just could not find a teammate in the middle. Jerez there first, and we're well into the 90th minute here.
Well, they've certainly had chances, New Jersey Alliance, that if they don't go through, they'll look at this and go, wow, what if this, what if that? We've seen Douglas Koulibaly have a few chances as well around goals, and on a different night, this Alliance team might very well have gone through to the next round. They might still do, they've got time, but wow, what a good performance they've put up.
Felipe up ahead. Chance for Chattanooga to maybe settle the issue here. Pedro Hernandez rides the challenge from Gautreau. There's Chattanooga players over here. Felipe wide. And again, we'll wait to see, if we can, how much stoppage time there's going to be left here.
There's some tired bodies out there, and you can understand that for both these teams. It's the start of the season. Red Wolves one match in. New Jersey Alliance yet to get going in their season, so you can see cramp in the middle of the pitch. Although, again, when you're winning, cramp seems to happen a lot more often than when you're losing, because it's a good way to slow the game down, take the sting out the crowd, just reorganize a little bit. It's all part of the techniques when you're ahead in a match towards the end of the game.
We are trying to find out how much stoppage time there is left. We did not end up getting that number in the first half. We hope that we could get it here, but we'll let you know when we find out, basically. For now, all eyes are going to be on the referee. Another one of the substitutes, Christian Villegas, helping out in the middle of the park for New Jersey here. Ball is clipped forward. Quist trying to flick it on. And then he gets it back and scores! Joel Quist has equalized for New Jersey in stoppage time of the Open Cup. Jersey jubilation here in Newark, and we could be set for extra time.
Absolutely brilliant there from the New Jersey Alliance here. Take a bow there, Joel Quist. Fantastic that they kept going. He did so well to bring that ball down and turn question marks against Red Wolves. This is a simple long ball. If you're not going to win it, at least stay close. Got laid back to him, but still, what a finish from the edge of the box. Defenders standing off, defenders not winning the ball. He's on his own on the edge of the box, Joel Quist, and still gets to beat Ricardo Jerez by bending it into that far corner. Brilliant finish.
Marlon Preciado gets the assist after scoring the first goal. And Joel Quist may have just sent us to extra time here in Newark. A late twist of fate. Is there still time left to find a winner here? New Jersey again have the man advantage. They're going to flood numbers forward, and the early ball looking for Quist. Finds Jerez. Early ball up ahead, looking for Pedro Hernandez. It bounces out for a throw-in. Again, we really are with you as far as the stoppage time is concerned. We have not received word on that, so we wait for Daniel Cornetta's whistle. The final whistle, of course. There might be a few whistles before that happens. Can New Jersey turn it all around before we even get to extra time? There's still time left.
Wow, what drama. It's just a great cup match. Just when you thought New Jersey Alliance had lost it, they managed to fashion a brilliant finish. And now just who knows what comes next.
Free kick for the Alliance just inside of the Chattanooga half. And it's put into the penalty area. Jerez is able to make the catch in the end. That'll take us towards the end of a fourth added minute at the end of the 90 here. Joel Quist is the player everyone's talking about here in Newark, giving the New Jersey Alliance a late stoppage time equalizer. Ayambila's ball in. Oh, and then the blast of the ball goes into the substitute, Epiteme. And he might need some assistance here. That went right into his head.
Not very pleasant, but hopefully he'll be okay. Looking at the fans down the left-hand side, they're up on their feet and they're shouting their thoughts, and it's, wow, the emotions are really all fired up here, but Jordan Ayambila just apologizing. He didn't mean any harm by it, obviously. And all seems to be fine now. He has to go off, is what the referee's saying. Got to go off to come back on.
It's a possible head injury. I know that's not what the New Jersey fans want to hear. They have some defending to do here, but it is going to briefly be 10 against 10. As Epiteme is going to be assessed for a possible head injury on the far side. If this holds, we will go to extra time. Ayambila will look to throw this right into the penalty area. I think the referee is trying to wave Epiteme back on. Now he's back in. And then it's a poor ball out to the far side. Miscommunication amongst the Red Wolves ranks. And it's a missed opportunity deep into injury time.
Yeah, it wasn't just miscommunication. There was nobody there. So I'm like,
no communication.
Visually, what are you doing? Playing it out to the right-hand side. As you say, you stick it through the middle. Bentley's been finding the way to net so far, so give him a half a chance. But it does look now as if it is almost certainly going to go to extra time.
Emil Macias is going to send this forward into a 7th minute of added time. And that is that for normal time here in Newark. An incredible 90 minutes plus here in New Jersey. Chattanooga, who were down to 10 for a vast majority of normal time, had a lead going into injury time tonight. But Joel Quist equalizes in second half stoppage time to make it 2-2. and send what's already been an instant Cup classic into 2 15-minute periods of extra time. We're going to stay with you here. Sean St. Jacques, Gary Bailey, our entire crew. What a night it's already been here in Newark. Drama upon drama. And we're excited to see how the next half an hour is going to play out. But before we get to that, there were a ton of moments in the 90 to get to. We start with the full-time highlights from normal time. This moment changed everything, really. The red card against Garrett Morris reduced Chattanooga to 10 men.
Yeah, it's a very difficult decision. Referee probably got it right. It was dog-so, denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. And then this was a fantastic counter-attack. Marlon Preciado, stunning, runs into the box, got options, 3 or 4 players there, decides to have a shot himself, goes to the legs of the defender and ends up in the back of the net. So they were 1 goal up, they were 1 player up, and we looked like we had ourselves a huge Cup upset.
New Jersey grew in confidence as the game moved along, but Chattanooga have plenty of quality, and they did win the penalty here. That's when it shifted again.
I'm not 100% sure it was a penalty. Matt Bentley went to ground, he got it, he tucked it away, credit to him, got his team back in the match. And the referee having a real tough match there. So many decisions they have to make. Now this is a long throw. It gets one here, flicked on. Then they don't clear their lines to Alliance, and it gets tucked into the back of the net by Matt Bentley for his second.
That came in the 84th minute, and for a little bit of time, you felt, is that going to be it for New Jersey? Well, Joel Quist had other ideas in stoppage time.
Oh, this is a wonderful finish. I mean, he's bent it right into that far corner. You won't get many better finishes than that. And it was laid off really well by Marlon Preciado. Wow, what a game. What a Cup game. Goals, drama, sendings off. And, well, this is where it goes to from here.
Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're tied, so we're going to go to 2 15-minute periods of extra time. They're going to be played in full, so no golden goal, nothing like that. Both teams also get an additional substitute and a sub window granted for extra time. And then, of course, if we're tied after 120 minutes in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, we go straight to the penalty spot to decide it from there. First thing, Gary, that I want to bring up to you is a brief update on Chattanooga's status here. Down to 10 men. They are down, of course, as far as substitutes as well. They just have a couple of outfield players remaining, if that at the moment. And, of course, Jason Smith, the backup goalkeeper. And as we look at the stats here, got a little more even as it went on. That's credit to Chattanooga. But now we're going to have to start talking about very, very intriguing storylines going into extra time. And my goodness, what's going to happen there, of course. 30 minutes still to go.
Well, absolutely. With 10 men only, Chattanooga Red Wolves will be more tired. However, they are the professional side, so they should be fitter. There's the balance. They only had the 1 player on the bench, Toby Yanope, available, besides the goalkeeper, Jason Smith. So not many options, whereas for New Jersey Alliance, they made 4 changes in the course of this match. That means they still have a couple on the bench they can bring on if they need to. So they should have more energy in the tank, the local side, Alliance. The skill and the knowledge may be more with the Red Wolves, which means I think it's perfectly set up for this amateur versus pro Cup clash.
It's been a thriller so far here in Newark on the campus of NJIT. Here in New Jersey, twists and turns throughout. Strokes of drama, strokes of genius. Some of the goals have been wonderfully taken, particularly from the NJ Alliance side of things as well. It's everything you could ask for in a round 1 Cup tie in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. So we are thrilled to see how this one is going to play out. We're going to start the first period of extra time. We'll play 15 minutes, potentially some stoppage time on the back end, and then we'll have a brief interval before the second period of 15 minutes. Again, just to be clear, we're playing through all 30 minutes, regardless of the outcome. And then we'll see if anyone emerges victorious after 120 minutes. If they do, we end it there. If not, we go straight to the spot to decide it on penalties. For a second year in a row, Chattanooga find themselves in the first round against an amateur side in extra time. They emerged victorious 4-2 last year. It's 2-2 again this time, but they're on the road on a late night in Newark, New Jersey. We'll see if they can do it again against an Alliance side making their Open Cup debuts. My goodness, have they shown well. They've shown incredible grit, tenacity, and effort, as we come to expect. And now, what will we expect? What will we see in the next 30 minutes? Cannot wait to find out. Again, just to reset things for you, Sean St. Jacques, Gary Bailey, Chattanooga are in white. They'll go from left to right at the start of the first period of extra time. New Jersey trying to pull off the cup set are in blue and yellow. We're tied at 2. Off we go. Extra time in the Open Cup. Doesn't get much better than that. And we await for the drama to unfold even further. What's already been an instant classic. Robert Kruk did bring on a lot of fresh legs towards the end of normal time, and Chattanooga, again, all they really were able to do was bring on Walefi for Michael Knapp. Other than that, and Gary, you mentioned it earlier, Toby Janope is the last outfield player remaining on the Red Wolves bench.
Yeah, they're going to have to stick more or less to what they've got, maybe with the exception of that one change. There's 2 on the bench for New Jersey Alliance, Sebastian Goyacachia and Kelvin Preciado, Marlon Preciado's brother, the goal scorer, the first goal. And they have 4 substitutes on the pitch already who all came on just with minutes left, so they'll be very fresh.
Quist tried his luck. That was an ambitious volley from the edge of the penalty area. It's a goal kick. He's the reason we're here. Joel Quist scored a wonderful goal with his left boot in stoppage time.
If you look at the comparison of the goals for the Red Wolves, it's a penalty, touch and go whether it was, and then it's a long throw, not cleared and bundled over the line. You look at the Alliance, first goal was a brilliant counter-attack all the way from inside his own half, Marlon Preciado, and then, as you mentioned, Joel Quist was a stunning strike.
Canales for Koulibaly, and Koulibaly tried to cut it back. Ends up losing out the back end there. Walefi getting involved defensively there, helping the cause for the Red Wolves. And again, Chattanooga are still down to 10 the rest of the way. Garrett Morris sent off in the first half of normal time. And the offside flag is going to go up here against Pedro Hernandez. Near side, Altamura. Threading the needle through here. Koulibaly. Rodzen. Back to Koulibaly. He's in! It's blocked! Oh, did Jerez get the block? Maybe Kinsner on the back end. Either way, Chattanooga survive. Canales. Rodzen. Back to Canales. Canales shoots! It's deflected over the top. And, well, New Jersey are saying that should have been out for a corner.
Oh, absolutely, it was a corner, but referee obviously missed it. But look at this little back heel there. Absolutely brilliant, that back heel from Conrad Rhodeson. Good save from the goalkeeper, and then more skill coming up here. The shot, was it on target? But you'll see it coming up now. Definitely gets a touch. Good defending coming in. And now the goalkeeper's got a problem. Not sure what from.
Jerez needs a moment after Chattanooga bailed out by the referee there. It should have been a corner, was not given.
It's a good save by the goalkeeper from Douglas Koulibaly. He was through and it looked like he was going to hit the back of the net. Great little back heel from Conrad Rhodeson in the process. There's been some stunning football from New Jersey Alliance here tonight.
Robert Kruk was talking to us about how his team was going to handle all the pressure and all the mental moments that they'd have to go through tonight. So far, they've handled them extremely well. So many ebbs and flows. You well know, Gary, in a cup tie, everything can change in a matter of moments. This game fully illustrates that. And the amateurs have handled themselves extremely well for well over 100 minutes now, counting stoppages, of course.
Yeah, I think they've been the better side in terms of the sort of chances they've created and the quality of chances, but give the professional team credit. They found a way to get the equalizer, the penalty, touch and go, and then a long throw.
Canales, meanwhile. Koulibaly again! Oh, Jerez makes the save off the ricochet. Out for another corner. More and more chances for New Jersey Alliance.
The quality just keeps on coming, doesn't it? I mean, battling for the long ball here, scrapping away, maybe not dealing with it well, the Red Wolves, in terms of defenses. But he cuts inside here, Koulibaly, opens up a little bit of a gap. Perhaps credit there to Owen Green for getting at least a touch on it. And good save again from the keeper.
Not the first time Jerez has had to bail Chattanooga out tonight, or in extra time, frankly. New Jersey again have the momentum. Can they capitalize on it? Here comes the corner. Went over almost everybody's head. Ayambila helps it along past Canales. Rodzan could not keep it in play. It's a Red Wolves throw. Robert Kruk waited a while, but the substitutes have come on and made a huge impact as well for New Jersey.
They certainly have. That's fresh energy, especially, as we say, early on in the season when you haven't got your full fitness. Quite a few players tiring there as they got towards the end of the 90 minutes. And maybe Robert Kruk thought, well, I'm not going to bring them on early in case we go to extra time.
When New Jersey have to be careful at the back here. Although actually, as the ball is cleared away, the offside flag goes up. So it's a moot point, and it's a free kick.
Number 2, Kimball Jackson's been pushed into an attacking position by the looks of it. He's meant to be in a more defensive role, so I wonder if there's a couple of little tactical changes by the Red Wolves.
Macias will change the location of the restart. We play to the 105th minute. In the first period of extra time. There could be some stoppages on the back end and an interval after that, and then a gliding run into the penalty area initially, at least, from Epitime, but he stood up. It's a goal kick.
Well, this is where you have to dig deep, especially this early in the season. I guess anytime you go to extra time, you have to dig deep. The legs are tired, and of course, once you get tired, the brain starts to make mistakes, so it's all about just managing your energy levels, trying to get recovery whenever you can, letting the ball do as much of the work as possible.
Rodzan with a good step, stays with Chattanooga. And the ball has to be cleared off the field. Another game has gone final. FC Naples beating Sarasota Paradise by 2-1 on the road. Miami beating Naples United by 4-1. We mentioned Hartford Athletic also advancing earlier on tonight. Long throw into the penalty area. It was flicked on for a chance. New Jersey will clear it, and it could be a foot race up the other end here. Quist beaten to it. Walefi and company reset back to Kinsner. Kinsner's ball forward had too much on it. And it goes back to the Alliance. Canales. Oh, a little nibble of a challenge there. Free kick for New Jersey.
It does seem that Johnny Felipe has come off for the Red Wolves, even though he was a substitute himself, and Toby Janope's on. So that's the final outfield player that they've got to use, the Red Wolves. What's out there, that's it. That's staying to the end, unless they want to throw on a goalkeeper in Jason Smith.
Felipe was one of a handful of Red Wolves players also on a yellow card as well. I'm sure it was more of a tactical side of things for Scott McKenzie. Doesn't have a ton of options anymore. And there's a lot of extra time to get to. You might as well get an extra defender out there to try to help the cause here. As that goes out of play, it's a throw-in to New Jersey, and then there's a player down for Chattanooga. That was Kinsner, and he's quickly back up onto his feet. Ball is switched onto this near side looking for Koulibaly, but Jerez is on the case. Boy, everyone wants to tune in to this one. Multiple fans on the wall here at NJIT, trying to make sure they see the drama of the Open Cup. I think the word is maybe spread around Newark that we've got a barn burner here in Jersey tonight. 5 minutes left of the first period of extra time.
This is tough for the Red Wolves. Going into extra time, having been a man down for most of the game, that means you would have done some extra running. Players like Bentley, they're having to come back and do a defensive job, which he gets penalized for. But that adds to the tiredness in the team.
It's a free kick for New Jersey here, and Pedro Hernandez trying to cause a little bit of havoc before the Alliance were allowed to take the free kick. It's taken short to Altamura, who clips it into the penalty area here. Quist lays it off. Rodzen. Koulibaly waits for assistance on the near side. Altamura's ball in was dangerous, just over the head of Quist. And a chance to clear it. Canales commits the foul on Hernandez. Free kick for Chattanooga.
Again, good chances from the Alliance, from the amateur side, moving the ball around nicely, whipping it into the box. Didn't quite work that time, but they've been really inventive and creative. I've been super impressed by the football, the soccer they put on here tonight. It really, as I say, it's been more inventive than their professional opposition, the Red Wolves. But Chattanooga Red Wolves won't care if they go through to the next round. That's their only objective. But well done, the Alliance. It has been top class.
Yeah, Robert Kruk was super excited to see his guys get to play on this stage. So he just wanted our team to showcase what they are capable of. And they have more than done that tonight. No handball given there. Bentley, who's on a hat-trick in here for Chattanooga, has it saved by Macias. Bentley keeps it alive off the clearance. Green lays it off. And the challenge from Canales blocked away by Hurtado. And then the referee revisits the Canales challenge. It's a free kick.
A little bit of extras going on there with Canales, but he was being held by the defender, and then I think he stamped on the defender's foot. So again, this keeping the emotions in check is what's important here. They go down. He's not allowed to move. He's got him in a scissors there, I think, Declan Waters. And then he stands on him. It's another booking.
It's another good chance as well for Bentley, who of course is now on a hat-trick. It was pretty much one-on-one with Yamil Macias, who comes up with a huge stop for New Jersey.
Yellow card issued to NJ Alliance, number 9.
Canales, like you said, Gary, confirmed into the book. Hurtado, Castrillo, Canales, Koulibaly, all on yellows for the Alliance. Just Hernandez for Chattanooga, and that's because of some of the changes that Scott McKenzie made to take off a couple of players who were sitting on yellows. And again, just a reminder, Chattanooga, of course, are down to 10 men. Garrett Morris was sent off all the way back around the 36th minute. Set piece opportunity here. Walefi stands over it. Yellow card is still out here from the referee. Maybe just jotting down or finishing jotting down the note on a previous yellow card just there.
Yeah, I think 10 yards is a lot further away than where that wall is standing. They're operating in feet, not yards, by the looks of it. So the referee just taking them back. There's a good chance here for the Red Wolves. Decent ball whipped in, cause all sorts of problems.
3 men in the New Jersey wall. Walefi clips in a really good ball, and there was some miscommunication amongst the Red Wolves players. Multiple players went for the ball. None of them got clean contact on it.
I think Pedro Hernandez probably got the most contact on, but you're right, they seem to get in each other's way. Have a look as the ball goes in, and then Hernandez there just heads it off one of the defenders' heads. So yeah, they got in each other's way. Not the best of things to do on a set piece. But again, you're into extra time and you're tired and the brain's not thinking, you may be not communicating clearly.
Again, we apologize. We've been trying our best to get stoppage time numbers throughout the game tonight. We have not been able to do that. So again, we'll just keep an eye on the referee. Free kick was given there, and actually it doesn't look like we're going to have much stoppage time at the end of the first period of extra time. It's still 2-2 between the New Jersey Alliance and the Chattanooga Red Wolves. What a game it's been. Round 1 coverage here of the 110th Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Back and forth, these two sides went in normal time. A stoppage time equalizer from Joel Quist from New Jersey sent it to extra time. And of course, we still have a 15-minute period of extra time still to come. Chance here quickly to look back at those last 15 minutes of play, and there was a lot of good moments from the New Jersey Alliance in chance creation, Gary.
Yeah, Douglas Coulibaly here gets in there. Look at this back heel, absolutely brilliant. And what a save, or blocked by the defender. Can't see which it is. There's a lovely back heel from Conrad Rhodes in there. Quality play, and then they keep it going here, trying to create another opportunity. And this one is going to be a shot that gets deflected over the crossbar. Canales, and goal kick given from that. So chances both sides, but again, just the quality of this amateur side. Look at them hustling and bustling for the ball. Get it. Not good defending from the Red Wolves. And gets wide. Coulibaly again. And that one just gets a deflection. Another good save from Ricardo Jerez.
That confidence and that momentum just kept building for New Jersey, like we saw in the second half at times from the Alliance. And there were some chances for Chattanooga mixed in there, particularly from Matt Bentley and company, who had a chance, of course, Bentley that is, to get a hat trick, of course. He's on a brace for Chattanooga at the moment, and apparently Scott McKenzie's team talk was rather brief. The players are right back out there raring to go for the second 15-minute period of extra time. Robert Kruk continues to lay it all out for the New Jersey Alliance. And again, Gary, we've said it multiple times, but what a wonderful game this has been. It's been an instant cup classic. It's everything the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup stands for and hopes for in a game like this. And there's still 15 minutes to go. And if we stay tight, of course, then we go to penalties.
Well, if you'd have said to Robert Kruk and the whole New Jersey Alliance squad, you will get to extra time against Chattanooga Red Wolves, a professional team, and you might even get to penalties, I think they'd have snapped your hand off. But they've done it playing great football. It hasn't been lucky. As I say, at times, I think they've been the better of the two sides in terms of their chance creation. And if they go to penalty shootouts, which is generally a 50-50 situation, they would have grabbed that. Because beforehand, you're looking at this going, the odds are heavily in favor of Chattanooga Red Wolves. But once the sending off came and they were down to 10 men, and then the Alliance got the lead, it's been a totally different game where I think the Red Wolves have done well to get themselves back into the game. There's been some fantastic goals by the New Jersey Alliance, and I don't think Red Wolves will want to go to penalty shootout. I think when you're the professional side, you want to see the amateurs off, because you know that a penalty shootout is going to be a 50-50 situation. So let's see what Red Wolves can do in the next 15 minutes.
Well, the Red Wolves had, of course, their best ever cup run last year, all the way to round 3, and took the Birmingham Legion of the USL Championship to extra time. The last time that Chattanooga failed to reach round 2 of the Open Cup was 6 years ago, 2019, their first year in the Open Cup, of course. And New Jersey get right off to a good start at the start of the second period of extra time. Epiteam putting pressure on the Red Wolves' back line, but he is stopped inside the 6-yard box. Pedro Hernandez up the other end. The header comes up short, and then Macias makes a huge save and was fouled by Pedro Hernandez on the follow-up. The goalkeeper comes to New Jersey's aid.
That's a brilliant save from the goalkeeper. The header back wasn't hard enough. Hernandez gets in there, you think this is a goal. This has got to be a goal. He's just got to tap it into the net. And the goalkeeper makes a stunning save. Now it starts with this lovely ball over the top, which Samuel Epiteam does so well. The ball just doesn't, it gets blocked from going into the box, doesn't fall for him. And then here's the header. This is the counter-attack. Header's too soft. And that to me is, you're thinking that's going to go in the back of the net. And the goalkeeper, Yamil Macias, just puts out a right foot and makes a fantastic block save there from Pedro Hernandez, who, by the way, I think has been the star of the show. Pedro Hernandez and Matt Bentley have been absolutely fantastic up front. They've made things happen. They've created chances. They've kept this team alive. And by the way, there's no more subs on the bench, so Pedro Hernandez has taken a really bad hit. He can't look to, unless he wants to bring on the goalkeeper. Is the only one left on the bench, Jason Smith?
That's the only sub of any kind that Scott McKenzie has left. And again, they started the night with just 4. There's been a lot of hurdles that Chattanooga had to jump over tonight. The red card, the shortage of substitutes. And in that way, you have to commend the Red Wolves, like you said, Gary, for staying with it and not giving in one bit. They still have every chance to go through. But the performance that New Jersey has put on has also got to be commended. It's been a wonderfully played game. And there's still 13 minutes left in it. Another hopeful ball over the top. Arms on the shoulder there from Pedro Hernandez. Play continues here. Bentley picks up the pieces. And Bentley is dispossessed by Gautreau. Epiteam loses out, and it's touched out of harm's way in the end by Villegas. Chance to stride forward here. Altamura. Canales gets it back again from Altamura. Will we see another dose of late Open Cup drama here? If not, there's penalties in our future. Another gliding run through there. That's a foul and a free kick. Waters commits the foul against Epiteam, and it's another free kick for New Jersey in a promising spot.
Epiteam's another player who's really impressed. Positive, runs at the defense, draws the fouls. He's been a live wire since he came on. You can see it again. And again, there's nice build-up. There's Epiteam, cuts inside, cuts in again there. Just tempts big Declan Waters to make a tackle, which was late.
Villegas to take. Puts in a really good ball in the header. Oh, he's over the top. Jerez came for it, he was beaten, all ends up. I think it was Hurtado who had the golden chance, but misses the target.
This is a perfect ball in. Hurtado makes a great leap, gets there. Goalkeeper, as you say, is in no man's land. He just had to be a little bit softer with the header, and he knows it. He just needed it. If he just made any contact, it would have gone over the goalkeeper, but he just got too much on the ball.
What nearly fell kindly for Hernandez and Bentley. Oh, and then it's brought back for a foul and a free kick.
I think both sides, whoever loses this will look back and go, well, we could have won it in this moment, especially New Jersey Alliance. They'll look back at a ton of chances and go, if we'd have just taken one of those, we'd have wrapped this game up. And yet, here we go. Just over 10 minutes left before we get to pens.
Quickly, a couple of finals from the games elsewhere. Westchester SC beating FC Motown by a goal to nil. Loudoun survive against Westchester United by 3 goals to 2. So Ryan Martin's side advances to the second round. Game between Tulsa Athletics and FC Tulsa's kicked off their 0-0 heading into the half, just about. Chattanooga from the set piece. Oh, it was a swing and a miss on the way through. It nearly fell for Waters. And there was a foul against Chattanooga. Kinsner is still down. I think he was the one who committed the foul. It's a New Jersey free kick.
He seems to have cramped now, and again, there's no options on the bench. Almost an under-hit free kick, and then not cleared at the edge of the box. They could have been punished for that. And in the end, it's poor Marlon Preciado, the scorer of the first goal, who gets clipped by Eric Kinsner, who's struggling to get back up. And as we say, there's no subs, so they're down to 10 men. If he can't play on, they're down to 9 with 10 minutes left on the clock.
Well, to be on that bench, hearing the conversations that Chattanooga's staff is having right now about potential ways to deal with this. And just to reiterate, Chattanooga, like you said, Gary, out of outfield players to bring on. Jason Smith, the backup goalkeeper, is the only available player. And Chattanooga already down to 10 men.
Kinsner can't move his leg properly. If he can't, he can't go back in defense. So what you do is you leave him up front and you get somebody else to drop in and do the defensive work. But I mean, effectively, you're down to 9 players if he can't run.
Macias sends it forward. And Kinsner is going to stay upfield for now. I think they might be doing exactly that, Gary. Someone else has slipped back. And Bila is back there along with Waters and Walefi, but for that brief moment, they did have 1 or 2 other players back, and Kinsner continues to move further forward upfield, at least for now, and now he's going to hobble his way back into position. This tells Waters to go forward.
I'm going to say, it's not a good decision if you can't sprint, because the first thing I would do is run at him and test that leg out.
Yeah, Quist and Preciado and Koulibaly, who are certainly capable of getting past anybody in this game. Another challenge comes in, free kick, yellow card for the substitute Rodzen. We'll get a second look at it.
I thought Rodzen won the ball.
The supporters here in Newark would concur with that, Gary.
Look, again, easy for us on the replay. Referee gets one quick glance and is not going to get every one of those right. But wow, poor Daniel Cornetto's had an evening of it with red cards and how many yellows now? Are we up about 8 or 9 yellows? Penalty given. It's all sorts of controversy here tonight.
Yeah, the referees have had a full plate, that's for sure. Set piece here for Chattanooga. They're going to load up the penalty area. Walefi will try to pick somebody out.
They're very deep. Just looking at the lines there. Why line up your defense on your box? Push forward 15, 20 yards. No white shirt can be in an offside position, so they have to push up with you.
Walefi's ball in. Keeper calls for it. Macias catches it.
Macias to the rescue. That solved that problem.
Macias sends it upfield. Tried to find Quist. Epiteme sees it cleared away by Ayambila. And that leaves us with 6 minutes, plus potentially a little bit of stoppage time before we get to penalties. Walefi lays it off. It's an early ball played up ahead. Oh, and it nearly fell Kiley for an opportunity there. Well, and there's a number 40 shirt out there for Chattanooga. I do wonder, again, we haven't gotten great word as far as substitutes, but I do wonder if Scott McKenzie did make that change to bring in Jason Smith. There's a 40 kit out there without a name on the back of it. Any confirmation we can get on that, of course, we'll pass it along. In the meantime, there's a New Jersey player down.
He was claiming he got fouled in going for that ball. There's a huge scream, and they were all claiming fouls. So have a look here. Tips it up, and he goes for the ball there, and then gets caught. Well, so he claims he gets caught there, and that's Enrique Hurtado. And referee's not interested. Just totally ignores him lying on the ground there. And then it all starts kicking off here. Players bumping into each other, and referee eventually gives the foul against a very fired-up Conrad Rodzen.
course, now has to be careful himself on a yellow card, the substitute. We haven't gotten confirmation, but again, there's a number 40 kid out there. But we'll wait and see on anything like that. Could have just been a kit change as well. That's why we'll wait confirmation. More conversation and pushing and shoving on the edge of the penalty area. Referee continuing to try and keep the peace here. Another Chattanooga set piece opportunity upcoming. And it continues. More tempers fraying in the penalty area. And my goodness, take your pick. So many players in the mix there on yellow cards. Got to try and keep the cool heads here, both sides, really. Again, Walefi sets up the set piece. Goes the low road, it's touched away. Epatim couldn't get back to it. Walefi, second try. And New Jersey will just about clear it, but they still have to try to get past a wall of Chattanooga defenders here. It's clipped into the penalty area, and Bentley is blocked off. And then the flag went up anyway, would not have counted. Free kick, and Macias is absolutely livid with some of his teammates.
Wow, the drama keeps on coming, doesn't it? It has been a fantastic cup match, and it looks like there's every chance anyway that we're going to go to penalties, and that's how it's going to get resolved. I mean, there is still some time, and there'll be some added time for injuries as well.
But we've just gotten confirmation. Number 40 is the backup goalkeeper, Jason Smith, for Chattanooga, playing as an outfield player for the Red Wolves here. As if there couldn't be any more cup drama. He's gotten the header one there, Jason Smith. He came on for the injured Eric Kinsner. Pretty much, because there's literally no other options for Scott McKenzie. He's certainly got his choice of goalkeeper now for the penalty shootout if we get there. Two guys to choose from. Ball played out to the far side. Was the flag up? Yes, it was. Koulibaly caught offside. And it's a free kick for the Red Wolves as we are closing in on a potential penalty kick shootout. Goes without saying, of course, but Chattanooga are out of substitutions now. They've used everybody.
Completely.
Everyone they've brought with them has played some time. And there's still, of course, the Red Wolves, for those just tuning in, the immense cup drama here in Newark. They've been down to 10 men since the about 35th, 36th minute when Garrett Morris was sent off in the first half of normal time. Ball's flicked into the penalty area there. Hurtado with a high boot away. And then a challenge comes in there. Free kick goes New Jersey's way as we're into the 120th minute. And again, when we get past 120, we'll keep an eye on Danielle Cornetta as far as how much further we continue on after that. Time and space here for Altamura on the far side. He gets to the byline and his cross is blocked away. Altamura gets back onto it. Full reset to Hurtado. Hurtado with a hopeful ball back in there. Jerez makes the catch and clears. Looking for Pedro Hernandez up the other end, and in the end it's going to be too much Hernandez play. It was the other way. Gottrode holding his ground. Free kick.
It's been a really good battle, hasn't it? Player to player and defense to attack. It's been pushing and shoving and battling and free kicks, and it's been that classic cup tie. It really has.
And we'll keep an eye on the referee as far as how much further we go. Lovely step over there by Epiteam. Could be a chance on this far side. Koulibaly was waiting for it. The shot is blocked. Preciado, who scored the first goal of the game, gets a throw in late on here for New Jersey.
Kimball Jackson, the number 2 there for Chattanooga, struggling to get up.
It's clipped in. Jerez makes the catch.
He has been solid, hasn't he, the Chattanooga goalkeeper? A couple of really good saves, but everything in the air he's taken cleanly.
Smith heads it out of play. That's a goalkeeper out there, by the way, for those just tuning in. And that's it. Full time at the end of extra time. What a game this has been. New Jersey takes professional side Chattanooga Red Wolves the distance, and we will go to a penalty kick shootout to decide who advances on to round 2. All of the goals coming in normal time. And before we get you prepped for penalties, we get a chance to look back at the second 15-minute period of extra time. New Jersey had highlights from the first period of extra time where they had some opportunities. That did carry over briefly in the second period.
Yeah, Epiteam just trying to create something from this situation, but then there's the ball goes down the other end, the counter-attack, Pedro Hernandez. The header doesn't quite reach the keeper, and that is a fantastic save from Yamil Macias. And then this one here is a wonderful chance, beautiful ball put in. The header coming in there from Enrique Hurtado. If it's a little bit softer, the net was wide open. Ricardo Jerez had come for the ball and not got it, but in the end, it goes to penalty shootout, and there are the stats. There's probably not much of it. Still felt the Alliance, the amateur side, were actually the better side overall, but to be fair to Red Wolves, they were down a man for most of the match. I actually think that both teams are happy with where they are, because if you'd have said to New Jersey Alliance, you'll get to penalties against a professional side, they would have said, unbelievable. And yet for the Red Wolves, when you go down to 10 players and you get injuries and you have to throw your sub-goalkeeper on to play outfield, you probably think, you know what, we did well to get to penalties. So in the end, both teams are happy to be where they are, and let's see how it plays out from here.
Both teams have shown incredible resolve throughout this game. And the late big moment at the end of normal time was the equalizer for New Jersey from Joel Quist in stoppage time that equalized the game at 2 for New Jersey Alliance. And then extra time, you just saw that second period highlight there. A ton of chances for both teams, particularly for New Jersey to go on and potentially win the game. Matt Bentley had a couple of close calls as well for Chattanooga. He's gonna stay on just the 2 goals, nearly got a hat trick on the way through. And both goalkeepers, Gary, you mentioned this earlier, Ricardo Jerez for Chattanooga and Yamil Macias have both been excellent at times tonight, and now are under the pressure-packed lights for a penalty kick shootout to decide this cup tie.
I always think when it comes to penalty shootouts, the pressure's more on the outfield players because there's a 75% chance plus minus of them scoring, and if anything, it's a chance for Macias or Jerez to be a hero. And if either the one is, it would be fantastic, because you're quite right, they deserve it. Both have made critical saves. Macias in particular has made some wonderful saves here tonight, but so too Jerez. So if one of them pulls out a great save and takes their team through to the next round, well, you know, all good for them. It's but for the person who misses, I always feel sorry for the outfield player who misses or has their shot saved. That's hard to live with, especially if you're New Jersey Alliance and you have this chance to go through, this once-in-a-lifetime chance to beat a professional team. You do not want to be the player who misses the penalty.
Well, New Jersey Alliance's first ever Open Cup game will not be forgotten for very long. And now can they pull off the cup set here? Penalties will decide it. Remember, Chattanooga have never, or I should say haven't been eliminated in round 1 since 2019 of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. And it looks like it'll be at this left end of the pitch by the wall, where some of the fans are still on top here, taking in this epic cup encounter. And after the coin toss, we'll wait to see who will go first. Some say that's an advantage in a penalty kick shootout.
It is if you score. Then it's an advantage. But if you take the first one and miss, then it's not. So But generally speaking, I think most teams prefer to start it off because, and you get your best penalty taker to take the first one. So you go one up, and then the team that comes next is under pressure to match what you do.
So it looks like New Jersey is going to take first here. And it's the hero from normal time, Joel Quist. Used to play at LA Force earlier in his career. He's come over to New Jersey Alliance, and my goodness, what an impact player he's been tonight. He's the reason we even got to extra time. And Quist will go up against Jerez to begin a pressure-packed penalty shootout in the Open Cup here. Joel Quist scores the penalty. And New Jersey draw first blood.
Well, this is when it's good to go first. You score, and now whoever comes up for the Red Wolves has big pressure. Goalkeeper goes one way, you slot the ball the other. Perfect pen.
One hero gives way to another, Matt Bentley, who has scored his first 2 goals as a Chattanooga player tonight. Now has to convert from the penalty spot to match Quist here in round 1. These two, of course, already went head-to-head in a penalty shootout earlier, or a penalty kick, I should say, earlier. Bentley beat Macias. They lock eyes again in this shootout of epic proportions here. Bentley is certainly waiting his time to pounce, and he delivers from the penalty spot. No ifs, ands, or buts about that, and it's 1-1 after 1 round.
Now, that was more down the middle from Matt Bentley, but it had power and pace behind it, and that always, even if the goalkeeper gets to it, can make it difficult to save. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, it's sort of down the center. Goalkeeper normally chooses left or right, so if you can put it down the center, it's probably one of the better places to put it.
Well, next up for New Jersey, it's one of the substitutes, Christian Villegas. Played at Deportivo Cali in Colombia earlier in his career. He steps up as Robert Kruk's second penalty taker in this Open Cup first round shootout. Villegas skies the penalty and misses. Jerez guessed the right way, but it didn't matter. And Chattanooga have a chance to take the lead in the shootout.
Heartbreak, isn't it? Especially for New Jersey Alliance, because this could be their one and only chance ever to get to the next round of the Cup, and you've got to get it on target. I know it's easy to say and you put a lot of pace behind it, but if the keeper saves it, it's one thing, but when you miss the target completely, that's so frustrating.
Round 2 continues. Walefi is going to come on, 31-year-old Brazilian. It's his 7th season as a member of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. He's the club's longest tenured player. He can give the Red Wolves their first lead in the shootout. Walefi against Macias. And Walefi buries it into the corner. And Chattanooga lead 2-1 after 2 rounds.
Now the pressure ramps up on New Jersey Alliance because the next man up has to score, otherwise it's pretty much all over. So let's see who's going to step up, and I think it is Conrad Rodson.
You would be correct. Rodson is next up. He turns 21 in May. Conrad Rodson played at Stevens Institute of Technology in his soccer career, college, very good education at that school as well. Can he convert from the penalty spot? Oh, it's saved by Jerez, a kick save. New Jersey missed back-to-back penalties, and Chattanooga could be on the cusp of taking complete command of the shootout.
It seemed the goalkeeper just decided to stand still and see where the ball went and made the right decision. And that's not a bad thing to do as a keeper sometimes. Obviously, your options are choose left, right, or stand still. It's one of 3 options. And he chose to stand still and just wait and see, and managed to make the save with his left foot.
New Jersey turns to Yamil Macias, but what do we have here? Jason Smith, the backup goalkeeper, who wasn't expected to play today, is going to take Chattanooga's third penalty. Can he be a hero? Yes, he can! Extraordinary! One backup goalkeeper helps the starter in tonight's game, and it's match point for the Red Wolves. You just can't make that up.
It's true, you can't. It's been an unbelievable cup tie, and now massive pressure, because basically New Jersey have to score both theirs and have to save both of the Red Wolves' penalties, and so the pressure now on Enrique Hurtado is massive.
Hurtado's had an excellent game, like many of his teammates. Can he hold his nerve from the penalty kick shootout? Has to score for New Jersey. And he does score to keep New Jersey alive, at least for one more spot kick. 3-2, and Hurtado tells Macias, now you gotta save one.
Good penalty, well taken. Tucked on the one side, goalkeeper goes the other. But now they have a chance by scoring this one, and it falls to Owen Green to be the hero.
Can Owen Green, after a night of needed resilience for Chattanooga, they've been presented every hurdle. Can Owen Green send them to round two? Macias has to save for New Jersey, but Green scores! And despite all of the adversity tonight, the Chattanooga Red Wolves avoid the cup set here in Newark. Down to 10, having to bring on a goalkeeper as an outfield player. It was all against them, but the Red Wolves survive 4-2 on penalties after a classic 2-2 encounter of 120 minutes.
Well, one of the two goalkeepers is going to be a hero, Ricardo Jerez it is, who made the saves, and that, or one save in particular. Owen Green, he gets the benefit of tucking away the winning penalty. They go on to the next round. They're professionals. That's the job done. Was it difficult? Absolutely. Did they make it more difficult than it had to be? Yes, probably, with the red card and not having enough substitutes on the bench, but they are through. But give New Jersey Alliance just massive, massive props. I thought they were brilliant tonight, and it's heartbreak that they should miss out on this incredible opportunity to go through to the next round.
What a game. Another classic cup tie in the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup, and we get to relive it with the full-time highlights here. We go all the way back to the first half. The red card, Garrett Morris brings down the goal scorer, Preciado, sent off, straight red.
Yeah, big turning point. Tough call, but, you know, yes, he was through on goal, so fair enough from the referee. And then they get their goal. Marlon Preciado, the player brought down, decides not to pass it and just hits it into the corner. And they're 1-0 up. They're one player up, and the cup set is on.
They would take that into the second half at 1-0, and then Chattanooga would be awarded a penalty.
Yeah, dubious penalty perhaps, but credit Matt Bentley for getting it. Credit Matt Bentley for putting it in the back of the net. He got his team back in this game, and then they started to play really well, did the Chattanooga Red Wolves, and they were able to go ahead. Long throw, not cleared at the first attempt there, not cleared at the second attempt there. It drops. Matt Bentley gets a toe to it first, and it's his second goal.
That was in the 84th minute. You felt at that point, maybe it is Chattanooga's night with 6 minutes left, but there'd be a twist in stoppage time thanks to Joel Quist.
What a goal this is, Joel Quist. With his left foot, bends it right in the corner. Then we get to penalty shootout, and that's the one that settled it. It was Green with the Owen Green with the final one, but not after, or rather only after his goalkeeper Ricardo Jerez had made an important save. So they do go through, but absolute heartbreak for New Jersey Alliance.
Yeah, spare a thought, more than a thought for New Jersey Alliance tonight. Robert Kruk's side were absolutely excellent. They took a League One side in the USL all the way. If you look at the full-time match stats here, they outshot them, outpossessed them, and at times outgritted Chattanooga. Of course, we're down to 10 men and had to find a way, but Gary, of course, the Red Wolves did find a way, and on nights like this, that's really all that matters.
Absolutely, that's what the Cup's all about, but again, New Jersey, you could hold your head up proud. I thought at times they were the better, more skillful team, more creative side. They played as if they were in the same league as Chattanooga, and they're just amateurs. So huge credit to New Jersey Alliance. What a performance. Red Wolves, you are through to the next round, and that's what your main aim was right here tonight.
For a fourth consecutive year, the Red Wolves advance to the second round. But it was a game that Lamar Hunt, I think, would be proud of. What a match in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Melodrama upon melodrama. It took us to penalties here in Newark, where Chattanooga were able to survive. For Gary Bailey and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. We say so long from New Jersey. The Red Wolves survive and advance to round 2.